we're just pausing the game real quick. Alright, Sharky, you're up.
So we are watching a playthrough of this because with the totally real PSP we have, the game is bugged and does not follow rhythm to the point where I would consider it unplayable.
I feel like from what important part of playing a game is being able to play it. So
the thing is, I think if we were
really blurry on YouTube.
It's because it's a small window being blown up.
Yeah, you're closing into a small window. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I think if we were playing it on a PSP, we would have a lot easier time. But on emulator, it's just not.
Or any other form of PSP other than the release.
Yeah. I was reading up about it, and everyone had a lot of different answers about why it wasn't working, and that none of the mods that people were like, oh, download this mod and it'll work. And then it didn't every time. The only one that worked for me was the guy that was like, just unplug your headphones. The delay from the audio on the TV would match up with the delay that the original PSP 1000s had. It was like, oh shit, okay. And then I did that, and I had no problems.
You finish eating, I'm about to start.
Delay. I don't go by the audio, I go by the visuals. And the visuals are wrong.
Oh. It's like Guitar Hero, you see the notes coming.
The visuals are my main guide, and then I use the metronome to stay consistent. However, my mark for each of the visuals is off.
I should say, making a mess.
Because we keep forgetting. This time I was good.
Thanks.
You're the one that made the mess this time.
Yeah.
This playthrough is still my Black Noir. Blue Noir.
Black Noir is a different guy.
Noir
Blue. It's
Noir. It's Noir Blue. Not Blue
no,
Noir.
it is Black Noir. That's why it's no commentary. Chris, don't laugh. You don't get it. You don't watch The Boys.
Chris doesn't even know what a boy is.
Big.
We're only men here.
Honey, is the boys hurting you? Still low key. Like if we were still going on with dumb shit. Like what we were talking about with the stupid joke of the year or whatever. Mm-hmm. Seinfeld versus, or not Seinfeld.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Yeah.
Raymond and Robert versus Kirito now.
Yeah.
Jerry
He's
Seinfeld
like,
versus Jerry Springer
he looks at them and he goes, Kirito's like, I'm a beater. And they go, honey, is he hurting you?
It's not even accurate. Like,
yeah, it's such a dumb term they put in there for no fucking reason.
In reality, if Kirito told Raymond and Robert that he was like a beater, they would probably just like
laugh at him.
And you said your girlfriend was in the hospital for how long?
Yeah, something like that.
I've never seen everybody.
I've never seen everybody.
I've never seen
Everybody loves
Raymond.
Yes.
So there's everyone loves Raymond and everybody hates Chris. Ah, Sharky! Ed! Get rid of it!
I thought this
We're
was
giving
made
him
specific...
money! We're giving him money!
You didn't click on it, so
no,
he's not
Blue!
getting
Get
money.
out of my money!
You know, you should personally Venmo this man the 15 cents he would have missed out on from getting that ad skipped.
Mommy!
So
that's you yell when you play this
really
because
weird.
it's so frustrating.
He missed all of those.
Even the speedrun missed it.
This isn't a speedrun.
It is an any % speedrun, or did you click on a different one?
I went to full playthrough.
Oh, okay.
When it ran out on me in the middle of the desert, it literally burned me to the point where I couldn't. I had no time to recover. It was like, oh, that's it, and you're done.
One was nice though. Raymond and Robert are on a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire right now. They're doing like a celebrity thing where they have like pairs of people who are in shows together.
Wait, did you do an audio check?
I just went in the other room and listened.
You can hear us and you can hear the game?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We're like the prominent audio. They had like John Stamos and Dave Coulier. Obviously, if Bob Saget were alive, he would be on it, probably instead of Dave. But it was like different sitcoms of like in pairs of people together on Millionaire. Is that the threat one? Because they're all like already famous. Is that the threat? They get demoted to Millionaire.
This is the funniest joke Connor's made. I'm not sure if it's one of his jokes or if he found it. But it's like, who wants to be a millionaire, but it's only billionaires playing it, so the winner, it's actually
You know, that's how taxes are supposed to work.
I know nothing about taxes. This is the third time he's doing it for this section, mind you. I don't know about you, but that's not very fun.
Like Guitar Hero or Rock Band never makes you keep your multiplier through a song. As long as you don't lose, you're good. Like, I guess this is like a rhythm adventure game. It's not just playing songs.
Rhythm games aren't my thing either, so I don't know if this was ever gonna...
I love rhythm games, but I don't know if I really want to give this a shot.
Well, what I'll
Oh,
do...
should I put you through the Miku games? They're also on PSP.
Sure. I love
Should,
them.
you know what I'll do is I'll keep it. It'll be my game still, but maybe I'll let you borrow it so you can try playing it at work or something. And if you can like get into it, then yeah. But if you're like, fuck it, I really don't care.
We
then
should
just
put
get
you
rid of
through
it.
the Miku games that
It's your
have
game, though.
things
Why are you
on
saying,
screen
like, you're
labeled
gonna
ABXY, but if you
I'm
play it
saying
on the
let
Switch,
you borrow
you'll
it.
still use
Like, I'm not
Xbox's
giving it to
layout
you.
for
Yeah, I
AB
don't
But if you
want
wanted to play it,
We should put you on the Miku games on Switch so that the logos on the screen are still ABXY. However, they're in the Xbox positions, so B is A. So visually, it's just fucking confusing, but you can change it because video games.
Is that a stream-friendly game? Is there like copyright music in it?
Well, it's all Miku.
I don't know if she's like copyrighted.
yeah.
You just have to pay for the license to use her, and then you can use her in any song. Even you could become a Miku artist.
This is right where I fucked up. I was a little farther back.
Well, yeah, considering how you can see the end of the bubble right there.
Yeah. I just got to like the end of the desert and I lost and I was so frustrated.
There's like
that I
so
was
many
like, fuck it.
colorful Patapons.
So yeah, you collect them, but the thing is that every time we got a new one, we lost it when we were playing it. They would just die from
And
the big ass
this game
enemies.
doesn't let you replay the levels that have the resources in it for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to do it. That's why I restarted. Yeah, it's weird because with this game, I can't look up anything and find it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I look up shit and I have to go through Reddit boards to be like, oh, okay.
You know what? I don't think this game gets a best of, to be honest. I don't think we're gonna get enough to make it even like a portion of anything. It's gonna be like a frame of a Patapon that just says "die" in red text under it, and that's it.
On a better note, on a Sunday, I'm going down to Fun Spot.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Driving all the way there?
On Sunday?
Yeah. Stephanie said she was like, I really want to like go somewhere like long drive and have like an all day thing. And I was like, we're both off Sunday. Let's leave in the morning and we'll have a day at Fun Spot. We can go to Pirates COVID right after. Let me turn this down just a tad.
You know, I forgot that we went to Pirates COVID. Like, you'd think I'd remember Pirates COVID, but somebody at work asked me
It
if I'd
shows
never.
up there every day.
Yeah. Somebody asked me like at work if I had ever been to Pirates Cove, and I said no. Like, I just completely dismissed it out of my brain.
We've almost been to two. We almost went to the other Pirates COVID
Yeah.
down in the Cape.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't think the combat in this game is very interesting.
What's
Yeah,
there
punish
to be
those
interested
Patapons.
about?
Yeah, sell the game or run it over.
I wouldn't get rid of it. It's interesting. I think
Mhm.
Patapon is interesting, but maybe the second and third games do more.
They do more strategy-wise.
Yeah.
And everything.
I would hope so out of sequels.
The only thing you can really do here is defend and attack and move. That's
And
really it.
defending makes you attack.
And defending makes you attack.
Perfect parry with rhythm.
But it's just, I don't know. None of the combat scenarios, I was like, I'm not really having fun. I'm just trying to time things right and then move.
Get you in a dancing mood no matter what.
I fucking love seeing cosplayers out in the wild.
Oh.
Oh, me and Connor drove by. We went to Jersey Mike's.
Bro,
and-
I heard about that whole day. We talked about it on stream, and I was just like, damn.
Let's hear
That
Chris's
sucks.
side.
Yeah.
Well,
I was so pissed.
Let's hear Chris's side.
Essentially, I'll tell you, Connor came over, they're gonna do stuff. Oh, actually, should I tell you? Do you care?
No.
I
Okay.
do.
They found a mouse.
I didn't see a mouse.
Oh, you just... Oh, Connor made it sound like you saw it, and you're like...
I've never seen a mouse here. I just found their shit in the drawers and, like, them nibbling into things.
Hmm.
But I was so mad because, like, I had just texted them even more now, and then I was putting dishes away, and I just opened the silverware drawer, put the forks in, I'm like, there's mouse poop.
I was standing there. I was talking to Connor. I was like, I would have just canceled it. Honestly, at that point, I would have been like, I got too much to do.
Like, he was already on his way.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna say turn around.
He told me that. He was like, well, he didn't know before I got there. But I was like, God damn, that sucks. Of course, the one day where I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna just relax on Saturday night. I'm just gonna chill. Which is good because I had such a bad day Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Bro. Your job's killing me.
But the cosplay thing. So we went to Jersey Mike's. Once I was done, I was like, I'm so hungry. Let's just go to Jersey Mike's. We drove by. So Spirit Halloween is now where Ocean State used to be, and they have like the pictures of the costumes. So they have like Deadpool, and they have Pomni, and like you have to put glasses on for her like candy looking eyes.
Yeah.
What?
They're like the glasses that resemble the eyes.
Oh, Pomni from that
Digital
internet-
Circus.
yeah, Digital
The internet show.
I couldn't remember what it was called. They haven't had any updates, so I haven't really been paying attention to it.
I'm subscribed. They just make a lot of cringy promos. Like,
Well, they have
Lackadaisy
they have
does.
I don't know. They
yeah,
have
they're teamed up with Lackadaisy, and they both just post a lot of cringy promos.
So, my fucking
It's like
issue-
hell of a bot, like VisiPop. Like most of the uploads of these cringy.
Oh, that fucking
thing.
cringy short they just had. Ugh.
Yeah, the shorts have not been good.
Bro, the fact that it was a Vivzy self-insert character that was just like...
Oh, she's a self-insert.
Yeah. It's like, from what I understand at least.
The greatest
because
insult
I think it's
you
voiced
could
and
give me as a
looks like her.
creator is that thinking something is a self-insert.
Because everyone was making the comments online, because I didn't watch a short before I saw it in the comments of people just being like, when you realize that guy that paid for that Has-Been Hotel thing, where Charlie's like chasing him, what's his name? The beatbox guy? You know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, though. It was like when you realize that him and Verbalace and VivzyPop are now on the same page, putting self-insert characters. Have you ever seen that Verbalace thing? That don't. It's so weird. He paid someone to animate him getting like stalked and raped by Charlie. And I'm like, I'm sitting here like,
Oh yeah,
Isn't
and it's
she,
a
like-
music video.
yeah, for a song that was already like 7 years old at the time. But it was like, my first thought when I heard about it, I didn't watch it at first. I ended up finding it because it got reposted, but I can only find it censored because there's some naughty things you can't show. And the censorship is Pomni's face. Be like,
And it only gets worse.
that's the only funny joke they've made.
Yeah, can I just subscribe to parts of channels, like certain kinds of videos go into my sub box?
Oh, what I can't remember where I was going with that, but what I was going. The original part is I can't stand where they're like, we have one episode out. Here's merchandise. It's like, what? Why the fuck are you paying to make merchandise when you're not even making the show? You have
Yeah,
one
like Fox and,
episode.
like Matt Gafford, like he's been making Fox and Space merchandise.
How do you make Fox and Space merchandise without infringing on Nintendo's copyright?
I think he just isn't making like the main characters. He's doing like the side ones, which may be his own creations.
They're all based on Star Fox.
They
Or
are, yeah.
actually, that's a lie. The two guys, Vinny and
Yeah,
Curb,
yeah.
Royce, voice. How's Curb doing, by the way?
I think he's just making stuff every now and then.
I mean, anything's better than watching him for like 6 straight years do nothing but draw the Tome RPG game. That shit
I
was.
mean, he's still a voice actor, like professionally. Like he
Is he
voices
get-
characters in Pokemon.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was like one of his first gigs.
Are we at that point in America with
Where we
Pokemon
can
where we're
voice
at the new
Pokemon?
show without Ash?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
We have been for a while.
Aren't they like simulcasting at this point?
I've been-
Yes.
I've been watching a lot of newer Pokemon to try to like will verse myself in Ash's team and all that, and I'm just like, there's a certain point where in Black and White where I'm just like completely like, ugh,
I
then
do
you
want to
hit-
watch
then-
the
then-
anime.
Then you hit X and Y, and you're like, what's going on with this animation? What? Whoa! Everything looks a lot better. Whoa! Everything's voice acted a lot better. What the fuck? And then Sun and Moon is a complete shift.
I fucking
In
love
a good way,
voice
but
direction.
still.
I love voice directors. And it's so easy to tell when they're not there. Because keep in mind, I just talked about this earlier. I started playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And oh boy, is that Yuri Lowenthal doing a different voice for once.
Yeah. It's the redub of Symphony of the Night from like the PSP version. The original's the one with Die Monster and What is a Man? Like
I saw a
those
parody
iconic
video
takes.
off that where it's Dracula just being like, "What the fuck was that delivery? That delivery was so wooden you could stake me in the heart and kill me with it.
Also
I
the
went
guy
to Juilliard. Fuck you, Richter."
Also the guy who played Richter in the original played Chris Redfield in Resi 1 and then he died in like 1999. So it's
Aw.
like he has such a lovely voice. Like it makes you feel safe when you hear him even when he's saying die monster, you don't belong in this world.
Die, monster. You belong in this world.
You belong right next to me.
I forgot what I was talking about.
So the original Chris and Leon died.
The original Leon died?
Yeah, a few
Who
years ago.
was the original one?
His name was Paul Haddad. He was like a Canadian voice actor.
No, so
Two had like a Canadian cast.
bro. So this whole time when we played 2, and I was like, I wish they got the original back. You didn't say anything.
He might have died after we streamed it. I think it was like. Let me get the exact thing. Maybe I brought it up. I don't
You're
know.
bringing out the anti-ignorance device.
Yes, because I don't want to be ignorant on the internet. I don't want people. People are probably gonna try to kill my dad. I don't need them trying to kill me too. For getting voice actors' death dates wrong.
Who was the one that died recently that I was really upset about?
Rachel Lillis.
Yeah, the voice of Misty, right?
Oh, I was wrong. He died in 2020.
Okay, so we still streamed after it.
Yeah.
We streamed
The only
that in
other things I know
2022,
he was-
I believe, right? And then with the 4 remake last year. The 4 remake last year?
Yeah, that's when it came out.
Damn. Bro, that feels like so long ago to me.
Yeah, he was
It
like.
feels like Omori was so long ago. Granted, it was also 3 playthroughs ago.
And he played Quicksilver in the X-Men cartoon.
I really like his Leon. I like it more than
Yeah.
the new Leon. But
Oh yeah. Upon looking
That's
at
pretty much it.
Castlevania again, I went through a list just to see what's like a good order to play them in, and then I saw the art change for the Sorrow series,
Mm.
and also the Sorrow series is just fucking hilarious to me, because it goes for this like very generic anime art style to the point where my first reaction is all of these characters look fake.
I do love.
To also having the series set in the future.
I do love the artist for like most of the games though.
do you know the story behind the Metroid Dread and Castlevania connections? So
Yeah,
the guy that
Ayami
was
Kojima is a great fucking artist.
the guy who is like in charge of the Metroid series. I don't know his name. Played the Castlevania 3DS games, and he was like
That's
that like bond that like people
yeah,
that like,
the Sorrow series.
and he goes, they get it. They understand what I want, and so like I think he contacted them and said, listen, I think your team is the perfect team to make Metroid. We want to make a Metroid 2 remake.
And
so
they were like, only if you restart 4.
there's a lot of things back and forth, but then about like Nintendo not hiring them and then hiring them, whatever. But eventually he hired them on. And they made the Metroid 2 remake and then went on to make Dread, and I'm just like, what a fucking like mix up. Like, oh, we made these Castlevania games that like people didn't like, but then we made these Metroid games that people
Look
like.
up the cover of Aria of Sorrow, and you'll see why they sold that.
Sold that?
Yeah, I have 3 collections that I haven't started any of. I have the Classic Collection, which is everything before Rondo of Blood. Then Requiem, which has Rondo and Symphony. And then I have the Advanced Collection. And now they're just coming out with the DS games on a collection.
Yeah.
Plus,
Oh, are you talking about the
another
sword?
game.
Oh no, that isn't Aria of Sorrow, is it?
Yes.
Then do Dawn of Sorrow.
I think the new
That's
collection
the
has
only good one.
the new collection has I think Haunted Castle on it, which is like an arcade game that was basically Castlevania.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
you can see why that sold bad.
Yeah, that's a weird art style change, but yeah, the other artist is so good.
Bro, I
The,
can already
the one who
tell-
left to or went to go make Bloodstains like character art.
I can already tell that this would make me mad. They've been fighting this thing for like a year.
It's like when I watched Connor play Lost Odyssey. One time he was literally fighting a boss for an hour.
Bro, that's how I felt about the stupid sleeping thing. That set of boss fights took us over 2 hours. I was like, bro, granted, I did sit there and beat the entirety of Spyro the Dragon while you played one chapter in Mother, but still.
I think I was trying to farm for Lucas's secret weapon. I'm making excuses.
Bro, at least
But it was
let
it
yourself-
was the end of chapter 7.
Bro didn't even let himself believe it.
It was the end of chapter 7, and that's where you can farm for Lucas's mystical stick. Maybe we can do it on the stream. Oh, spoiler. It's in the thumbnail.
Bro, it's literally the
icon.
background
Yeah.
picture of the thumbnail.
Yeah. As the Patapons are fighting Rio's dad's stupid projectile.
Yeah, while also yelling Grim Fandango over and over again.
Because we are going to play that on Halloween.
That is false. We have no plans to play Grim Fandango. Our game
There's
is
a leak
similar.
that went out, but Brogal's playing it right now.
Bro, the only leak would be someone coming into my home and taking a picture of the whiteboard and
I thought
leaving.
you were gonna say the only leak is someone coming into my home and taking a piss.
And taking a leak.
Whose horse is that?
So I had to fix a weird problem with my Switch this week. It wasn't that the battery was
Hold
bad.
on, hold on. I'm sorry. What is that?
It's a horse.
He's making Patapons.
He's making a horse.
Oh, so that's what you do with them. All those materials, I didn't know what
All
you do with them. I don't think it ever give us a tutorial for it. Why did that Patapon just disappear?
It did, like, it really did. It was mandatory for progression.
To sacrifice him?
Oh, maybe I wasn't paying attention. No, because I played up to that point. I didn't see it.
It's mandatory to do the 3rd level.
I don't know how I like the idea of like leveling up and like expanding.
You don't even like the idea of levels in general, bro.
Like I don't know if I like the idea of leveling up and like working on expendable units like that. I get that's what Fire Emblem is, but like I feel like them dying in this game is inevitable.
One of the funniest shit. I was talking to someone about Astrobot, and he goes, "It's a really, really good game, but I think that they're just relying on nostalgia baiting at this point." And I said, "Did you just say it's a good game?" It was like, "Yeah." I was like, "So the gameplay's good?" He goes, "Yeah, it's great." So how are they relying on nostalgia bait if you're saying the game itself is good?
Because people like me don't like gameplay. We look at everything but the gameplay.
Chucky's smiling. What are you smiling about?
Chris is going to love Persona 5, because just like everyone else who says Persona 5 is their favorite doesn't play the fucking game, they watch a playthrough on YouTube.
Wasn't the guy that like was called the Persona guy played
Alax.
Yeah,
He only
Relax.
played 5, and they ended up like shipping. Alice like shipped him out, cargo style, to go play. I think Strikers.
They put him in a
Or Royal?
cargo container so they could take his blue border with him.
Yeah, that's a Waz.
Was Strikers the one where it was like the Dynasty Warriors type game?
Yeah. Because then when we did the Spirit Showcase, I was like, "Who's this random girl? Why does it say she's from Persona?" And like we didn't recognize her. She's from Strikers because they always have to like add OCs to the game,
They're not
like all the
OCs,
Dynasty
they're-
Warriors. Well, like there are always like alternate universes with like new characters in them. Because like Zelda does it, Fire Emblem's done it. Both Hyrule Warriors did it, and then both Fire Emblems did it. They had like a avatar male and female in the regular Warriors one, and then Three Hopes started adding characters, another set of avatars.
Hyrule Warriors is funny though because it's literally an OC who reads about Legend of Zelda and she's like, I want to plow
Yeah.
Link.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is, she's human.
I thought Lana.
Yeah.
And then they like just made Linkle
Both
for
of
no
them
reason.
are human. If you look at their ears, they're round.
Oh no, he is right. They don't. Me and Sharky made multiple points about it when we were
There's like a
playing.
whole cast of new characters in the game.
In what game?
Even those ones still
In
have
Hyrule
a bunch
Warriors.
of ears.
Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah. Because there's that other girl The one that usually wears the mask.
Lana and
Cia
Cia
and
are
Lana
the same character.
Oh, okay. And then isn't there like another one?
There's fucking Volgan or whatever his
Yeah.
name is.
Well,
and
those are
he has points
those
of
are
use.
based on. I guess you can count them, but those are more so like based on characters without being able to just because obviously you can't play as a full vagina or whatever his name or full. I know it's full vog, yeah. Obviously you can't play as a giant dragon. That wouldn't be right. So they
That
just
wouldn't be fun.
kind of just condensed the dragon into
Mhm.
a character named Volga.
It's like I guess that's what they had to do with Ganon eventually, like in Ocarina. It's like we can't just keep him as this big, silent beast forever.
Did you guys happen to see the weird shit going on with the Hyrule Historia's timeline now?
No, all I know is
So-
that you buy a book for $100
Okay,
and they retcon
sorry,
it.
I'm talking about just the timeline in general.
Fuck the timeline.
So Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are taken out of the timeline and put as their own separate thing.
I'm so sick of it.
I don't think it matters. I
The
don't think
timeline was only fun when it was fan theory, and now that they've tried to make it official, they've ruined everything.
Okay, so it's not even that. They only made it to be like, see, Skyward Sword's the beginning of the timeline.
Who gives a
Because
shit?
it came out, the timeline came out around Skyward Sword coming
Yeah.
out. Because they were like, here's Damias who can get the
Yeah.
curse, so they wanted to try to drum up hype for the game. In that case, that makes sense from a marketing standpoint, but from an actual timeline standpoint, trying to put all these games together doesn't make sense.
No.
And you could go with the Map Hat theory being like, one choice can't make three outcomes because that it doesn't exist.
That's
Like,
the part that I hate the most is the Ocarina having 3 split timelines. Because there was always theories on a split timeline of like young Link preventing Ganon's attack and then like the adult Link future post Ganon's like defeat. That makes sense.
I like the Brian David Gilbert timeline where he's just like adult, child, basketball.
I mean, you can believe I don't know. Sonic has multiple.
I just
timelines.
saved your
Fuck that
ass
too.
with
You
Monopoly.
say fuck that too. Do you know
Yeah.
what I'm referring to?
Yeah.
The CD theory.
Yeah.
It's not real.
Yeah. But like the whole thing where Ocarina has 3 timelines because there's if Link was defeated. Like, so why doesn't every game have a split then? Because he can get defeated in every game. And like, when does he get defeated? As young Link in the first
So
timeline, or adult Link
I
in the
think
second one?
they're-
So shouldn't there be 4 timelines?
I think they're trying to say is the timeline gets split at Ganon. So
Yeah.
when Ganon's defeated, when he goes back, or Ganon kills him in that fight.
Which
Yeah.
I think it's very funny if that
But why?
Ocarina Link loses once, it then births the most fucking bloodlusted, ruthless killer Toon Link.
Yeah.
That scythe is a weapon in All Stars.
And they're like, let's flood Hyrule to protect it, but actually it's not flooded. Like, I was expecting when I got to that point, like, I'm gonna see a Hyrule or I almost said a Hyrule damaged water, a water damaged Hyrule, like
Hyrule
like Titanic style or
Yeah.
something. But no, it's just it's frozen in time underwater.
which is dumb.
Yeah, and the fact that
Pay attention
There's
to the
water
fact that
everywhere,
the
so there's-
scythe makes the burning noise. That's what it does in All Stars.
okay. But the
I-
fact that the Zoras had to adapt and become Ritos because there was too much water.
Bro,
for
that
them.
shit's insane.
But I guess
They
it's
played
bad
Pokemon
water.
Gen
Bro.
3 once.
I must be like remembering things wrong because I swear to God, when I brought that up, you were like, "No, you're just fucking wrong."
Because I thought it was so ridiculously stupid that you had to have been making it up.
Well, the thing is, you're the one that had played the game at that point, and I had dabbled in it, but not really played it. That was back when I was just saying it's my favorite Zelda game because I like the art style the most.
But, like, I played
But,
Breath of the
they
Wild
give it
before.
this cutesy art style, and it's the most bloodthirsty Link we've ever seen. He straight up does 2 flips in the air and stabs Ganon in the fucking skull.
Yeah, straight down from the skull.
Yeah, but
He
stabbed
he
Ganon
does
in
not
the
go,
stomach.
I'm sealing the darkness. He goes, I'm killing you.
He kills him in beast form most of the time. That time he's like, no, I'm gonna kill the human.
I'm killing the human person.
What about Matt when he killed Matt
What about
Mercer
Matt Pat?
Ganon?
Everyone kills Matt Mercer Ganon.
But like also the Rito design just sucks in Wind Waker. It's just humans with beaks. They look like a joke.
Yeah, to be fair, that's not the worst I've seen it.
Question.
Like Breath of the Wild, they actually are just birds.
Phantom Hourglass and
Spirit Tracks.
Spirit Tracks are the same timeline of Link, right? Because Ghost Zelda dies and
Yeah,
Phantom
which
and-
they fucking hate Tetra.
bro, they fucking hate Tetra. Unless you like that Japanese only GameCube.
Oh yeah, the one where they talk.
Yeah, where Tetra's like front and center. I really want to play Wind Waker, but I've heard such divisive things about it.
I mean, it's fine. Like,
Play
it's
video
good.
games.
Like, I shit on it, but like that's in comparison to just a lot of the other games. Like, it's still fine.
I think it's
What
really
are-
good
what-
as far as Zelda games
what
go.
are-
Definitely, like the HD has so many quality of life
Oh,
changes,
yeah.
but I would still go. like-
Play fucking the Wii U version.
Like, I like it enough where I want to go play the original as well.
But
Yeah.
why would I play a version where some of the items are taken out in terms of in replaced of stamps,
It is stupid. Yeah, they should have put something else.
which don't
To be
matter
fair,
anymore?
They
to
don't,
be
yeah.
fair, you can still get everything in the Wii U version.
Yeah, you
Like,
just can't
can
do
still
anything
get
with the stamps.
tingle things.
The Tingle Tuner.
Not the tuner.
Not the
but-
tuner, it gets replaced with Miiverse content, and that
Oh,
didn't
okay.
live long enough. But there used to be a thing on GBA where you could connect your GBA in one of the other Zelda games, and it would put Tingle in Wind Waker just on an above view in dungeons to bomb certain spots, and there's collectibles for if you bomb certain places. You can get those without Tingle on the Wii U version if you remember where all the bomb spots are.
Mhm.
So you can still get full completion and do that extra stuff without having to have a Game Boy for it.
What was I gonna say?
Nothing.
I've been forgetting so much today. My ankle feels like hell.
Get rid of it.
Bro, sometimes I want
Send
to.
it to hell.
Get a new one.
If it feels like going there, you can send it there. For $9.95, put a stamp on it, ship it, pack it, send it.
What the hell are we talking about?
Nothing.
What were we
We're
just
we're talking about Patapon.
Zelda. What is your least favorite Zelda game?
Do the CDI ones count?
Oh, those are easy pickings.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like they can't be your least favorite because they have the culture behind them.
Yeah. You have the greatest dialogue in all of media.
My boy.
I'm trying to think of like the worst one I played.
I mean,
Oh, sorry,
Uh-oh.
sorry.
why is this my fault?
It's not your
I
fault. It's
can't-
your job.
Who's paying me? World of Warcraft isn't paying me. Get out of here.
We're giving him money.
Are we really going for another 2 hours on this?
Yeah, I think Chris might have been right looking for a speedrun.
I don't know how you would do this faster.
Secret tech.
I don't know, the world record shaved an
Finding
hour
out
off
how
of the
you
other
do
guys'
it
run.
faster is an interesting thing to look at and watch instead of talking about Zelda.
Hey, I'm having fun talking about Zelda. I've only
This
played.
isn't about you having fun. No video game is.
Starting to sound like Stefan.
What
So
did she say?
she tuned into a stream when I was like yelling, getting frustrated, and when I got home, she's like, "Did you have fun?" I was like, "In a way." She goes, "Yeah, I heard. I thought games were supposed to like be fun and make you happy."
You'd think. That is their intended purpose, just only some of them deliver.
But intent does not equal result.
Well, it does if you're not a bitch.
But Yuji Naka and Tetsuya Nomura and Keiji Inafune still exist on this planet.
Oh man, just any Final Fantasy game that's Nomura involved, I just don't look at.
Where'd you get Where'd you get the good stuff?
Good.
Tristan, I feel like you'd eat raw oats.
Do you need a feed bag just tied to your head?
That's so smart.
Oh, so with my Switch,
Oh yeah. Continue.
it's
Go
not that the
on.
battery itself was bad, but it was the battery sensor, like sensing how much battery life there was on the Switch. It went just totally haywire. So I charge my Switch every day, which probably isn't the best thing to do. But
You also use it.
yeah, and it usually goes like down to 50% by the end of the day. But it was fully charged. I brought it to work, and then when I finally played it, it was dead. Like it wouldn't turn on. It just had like a little dead battery icon on the screen. So I was very confused. So I plugged it in and charged it for like an hour, and when it was fully charged, it was like when I turned on, it was at 100%. And then I watched every second it went down a percent. And so I looked it up and I found out that either the battery's bad or it is like the battery sensor, whatever you want to call it. So Nintendo has like a solution where it takes like half the day because you have to like basically power cycle it in a certain way where it's like, all right, plug it in and leave it on for an hour, then unplug it and leave it for an hour, and then turn it off and then on, then plug it back in for another hour. Like all this
See, if
complicated
you take your
stuff.
scratched up disc, cover it in peanut butter, wash it off with a sponge, and then put it in the toilet, that gets the spin going, so now it'll work.
Yeah. So instead of doing that, I just simply power cycled it. Like, knowing that the battery, like, life indicator was false, I just played it for the whole shift and it was sitting at 1% for several hours. And they do say that, like, the Switch is kind of Doom style with the battery life. It'll sit at 1% for, like, a good long while and you can still play it.
Doom style.
But yeah, like, the whole shift, it was just at 1%, and it was fine. But I then just left it on when I went home, and, like, even after I got home, I ended up just booting up Bayonetta and letting, like, the opening play over and over. Just something that would, like, drain it a little bit faster. And finally it died, and I put it on the charger, and then now it's been fine ever since. I ended up power cycling, I think, the next day, too. So I think just power cycling kind of, like, recalibrates the battery detector. Because I was thinking of replacing the battery, but it's kind of complicated. In terms of, like, opening the Switch up and moving all this. You have to disconnect other things to get to the battery. Which I'm sure they do on purpose so that you can pay somebody else to do it.
Tristan just fucking up words made me remember that in Abiotic Factor, I discovered that I have an instinctual knowledge of French.
Yeah, they say ciao here. What does that mean?
That's Italian.
It's like a greeting. It's like the
It's-
first thing they
it's
tell you in
fine.
Mario 64 when you get... When you take control of Mario, it says, ciao, you have entered the Mushroom Kingdom or something like that.
I thought these guys were supposed to be Greek. Why are
They're-
they saying ciao?
They're Greek-Italian.
Please, Green-alien.
Green alien.
Green needle.
Brain
Brain
cells.
sperm.
They're actually alternating.
Are you making fun of mom?
Yeah.
See, I can't
on,
get Stephanie to hear any...
on TikTok, they said that maybe Ben 10 was autistic.
Is that going to change the fight against Kyle Rayner?
He's not fighting Kyle Rayner. He's fighting Simone the Digger. I can't wait!
Simone and Zumba.
We got matchups: Ben 10 versus Green Lantern 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then Ben 10 we can buy him a cucumber.
I'm so happy. They listed Ben 10 vs. Green Lantern as one of the possible remasters, and nobody wants it.
Well, yeah, we already got 2, 3, 4, and 5.
They announced it, right?
Yeah, that was in the Death Battle season.
Could you imagine every single tier was just another Ben 10 versus Green Lantern?
But it's a different Green Lantern each time. Like, this one's Sinestro, this one's Kyle Rayner, this one's Guy Gardner.
I don't think
This one's Hal Jordan, this one's Jon Stewart.
One of them's Atrocitus.
One of them's a big atrocity.
Atrocitus is a Red Lantern.
However, unlike Sinestro, Sinestro was a Green Lantern multiple times.
Yeah, and then he got so sick of being again. Oh, hi, Peep. He was so sick against the color yellow that he just wanted to be it. I wanna be yellow.
Horse noises.
Why am I hearing monsters?
These are people to you, and horses are monsters. You literally got circles versus squares right now, and you're like, oh, those fucking horses.
keep hiccuping. I'm so sick of hiccuping. Why does it keep making that sound?
Horses.
Where?
Do you not see the horses?
Oh, they're on the carriage behind the screen. Patapon is better. Oh, sorry. I meant Loco. I meant Loco Roco is better.
Yeah, they don't make you finish levels with certain numbers of logos. If you don't have enough logos, you gotta start the whole game over. They just started with one at every level.
Wait, they're already standing at the end? What the fuck are we doing this for? You're just waiting at the end? Did they run past you?
Did you not see them run past them? There's a whole screen to look at.
Nintendo. Are you actually tapping your leg to the beat of that last song?
That's not my own beat. I feel like this game would have been better if it wasn't comprehensive. Like your logo or your Patapons like didn't carry over from level to level, but it was like Loco where you just start with a certain.
You gotta give it credit for having that Zumbinis energy though. Zumbinis carry over from stage to stage, so if you lose Zumbinis, you lose them for the whole game.
There is something about this game I just don't like.
You're like Boogie to Mudahar.
Yeah, I never knew what Worms was, but when Nintendo was in the Nintendo thing where they had the Worms Armageddon like coming back, like this game looks very charming.
Worms?
Yeah.
It must have been a Nintendo thing. Worms is fine. It's just you kind of need friends to have fun. I don't
know
have anything. Bro, Connor rage quit in StarCraft. Bro, it was finally nice to see the shoe on the other foot. He goes, I'm done. I'm not doing this again. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, I'm not. I feel helpless.
I love Connor's like strong statements. This is nothing.
I loved it. I loved the whole thing. He was like, I feel helpless.
I just like when we're talking, he just comes out with like some bold statements, like, you know, I think that's pretty stupid, like, and he's always so serious.
Oh yeah, I found out something fucking crazy the other day. So you know the voice actor for Astarion in Baldur's Gate, like won voice actor of the year?
Yes.
He's the mocap actor for Nemesis. That man is Nemesis from Resident Evil.
Is it from Chula? You think that man?
He stomped on another guy.
I think Nemesis does
Isn't
too,
Nemesis the girl, the black, the dark skinned girl that like stomps on his penne?
I don't think that's mocap.
Yeah,
I don't think
2D.
Chula is mocap.
2D anime is mocap.
Bro, I was laughing my ass off the other day because I asked the guy what his favorite food was. He said penne. And I was like, you know what penne is? What is it? Yeah, it's on the other side of the culito. In your case,
Why does it sound close to clit? It's like culito.
Culito. Well, culo is butt, and culito is to call something ito in Spanish is like saying it's cute and little.
Yeah,
So it's like culito.
It's
So
like
a guapito is a little handsome.
Yeah.
But it's like saying clit. Yeah, it's culito.
Culito. Curisu.
Culito-kun.
There are certain ways I get around remembering certain words. The newest word I learned was pet, and it's mascoto. And I just think it's like most shows use mascot as
It's like
animals
the
as
little
their
pet
mascot, and when I think of animals, I can now be like pet mascota or mascota, depending.
What if I'm like,
Spanish
I'm
is
done?
hilarious because
I've had
the
enough.
term non-binary has 2 different gendered versions. Non-binero and non-binera. Why do I gotta know the gender of this pair?
Yeah, I had to explaining to people like why things are have male and female conjugation isn't referring to them as actually males and females is the most difficult thing in the world. It's like just because it's manzana doesn't mean it's a female apple. What?
What do they do about like characters in things? Like, what about VeggieTales? How do they translate VeggieTales? Say if like a male veggie's actual vegetable has a female conjugation.
Well, in that case, they all have names.
Do
So
the
you
do
wouldn't
the
refer
does
them-
the character itself's gender take priority?
Well,
In
keep
terms
in
of the
mind,
pronoun?
the full name is like Bob the Tomato, Larry the Cucumber.
So even
that
though-
is their full title.
Yeah, so like they're men, but like if their vegetables happen to have a female conjugation, would you still use the male pronouns because that's what the character is?
Actually, we can use the show as direct reference. When referring to Bob the Tomato in the Spanish song that they have in it, they say el tomate. So they just go with the word.
Mhm.
They would have said la, even if it was if it was again la manzana. It probably even if it
So
was a male.
instead of gendering them properly, each one is referred to as an object. This is a direct reference to wit.
But there's also like take trabajo and trabaja, right? Like trabajo is like your job, like you work.
Mhm.
You would say when you're saying you work somewhere, like currently, it would be trabaja, and if you said you worked there before, it'd be trabajo. It technically, even though it's the same word, even if it has male and female conjugation, it's not linked to a male or female. It's linked to just how it's said, like the context of the sentence. I might have got that mixed up. It might be the other way around, but I'm unsure.
Can you identify in the first person so you make everybody call you by the first person and confuse
No,
people?
they don't do that for you.
What the hell do you mean?
No one will agree
I
to do
try
that for
to
you.
be like, no, you say my name every time. You refer to me every time. Just nouns. Fuck you. And no one obeys it, even if they're like. The main dude I'm complaining about has complained about the sanctity of language before in a language he doesn't speak, and I called him a fucking idiot for it. Because he was pronouncing things wrong on purpose, we corrected him, and then he said the sanctity of language, and then we read to him how it's fucking written. And he just disagreed to the point of, I was like, alright, cool, we're all quitting if you make this an issue.
Well, I do that sometimes. So, Jackie came up to me the other day. She went, "Buenos dias," and I was just like, "Buenos dias, ¿cómo estés?" She started. She was like, "Shut up." I was like, "Shut up."
Howdy there.
Honest?
Le mouge la foi.
Why are you being so mean, my amigo?
Y'all. Why are you being so mean, Masmigo?
I will say, learning Spanish, I now understand a lot more and why a lot of Spanish speakers say certain things in English incorrectly. Huh?
Horse carousel.
Like when someone's like saying you know want so and so instead of you don't want, it's because in Spanish that's how you would word it. You would say I don't want a dog. You would say yo no quiero un perro or perro. I can't roll my tongue though. So you would just say no as in I don't. So that's why they do it a lot. It makes more sense in my brain now.
Yeah, they're carrying over the rules of Spanish and English.
Yeah, which is something I do with English to Spanish. So I'm probably gonna sound like how we sound at them when I speak Spanish to them. Them being Anthony and everyone who speaks to me in Spanish to try to get me to learn it faster. Bro, it's hard. Learning a new language is hard.
And they said you don't want
I've
to go see.
considered learning Korean just to fuck with one of my friends. Because he would hate it.
I feel like if we just learned Japanese, it would make like language barriers with non-translated games so much easier. I know you said that before, but like.
I've been curious. I feel like Spanish is more important to learn though, just because we're going to interact with more people in our lives that speak Spanish as language more than we will.
That's why like everybody took it in school. I just wanted to be different, but being different was not the right thing to do.
I mean, I was taking Japanese. Me and Connor had like little Japanese classes, and when we were homeschooled. But honestly, I took Spanish in high school too, and I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Like I remember a lot more Spanish here than I did ever in the 2 years I took in high school.
I didn't take a language in school, and I still remember a lot of French that I didn't take.
Chris took like 8 years of French and doesn't remember any of it.
Chris, name one word in French.
Ciao.
Sure.
Shit!
Name one word in French.
Sure.
Yeah, that works.
Arrivederci? No, that's still
That's
Italian.
Italian! How
You
are
can play
you
too
so
much
bad
Mario.
at this?
I studied Mario games.
Oh, was it Persona Part 5 where they say Arrivederci all the time? In Japanese. I've never seen the English dub of any JoJo's.
Did you say Persona Part 5?
Yeah, it's.
Oh,
it's
I meant
JoJo's.
I meant JoJo's.
In Part 5, they have the little bit where they go to Hawaii. In 3, both Akihiko and Mitsuru speak French for like 2 lines, period. Meanwhile, Mitsuru has a lot of her normal combat lines in French, despite her being Japanese. There's also, in Reload now, Bebe is fully dubbed, and Bebe is hilarious, because he's the foreign exchange student, where every time that he uses the word "the," it's spelled out Z.
Is he from Germany?
No.
Where's he from?
Also French.
Would French pronounce the V as the Z sound?
Nope.
I was gonna
They
say
dubbed
that,
him like that anyway.
that sounds like more like how like a German would accidentally say it than. I don't know. I don't know anything
You
about
should
French.
look up how Bebe sounds in Persona 3 Reload.
Probably do it after. Have we even gotten to Baby yet in the game, or did we not get
Not
him
in the
because
girl
we're in the
road.
girl run? Yeah, I figured.
We had the library girl instead.
I like the library girl though.
And we'll never see Saki again.
We've been stuck doing all the dungeon stuff. We haven't really made too much progress in the.
Well, to be fair, you fucking had so little time booked
I
for
know. My problem with my life is not having time to do anything I want to do. Between working, I mean, when you think about it, working full time and streaming probably like 16 hours a week.
You know,
on top of trying to
jerking
keep
full time.
It takes you the full time.
With adult responsibilities and everything, it doesn't leave me much
That's
time
good.
to. It doesn't leave me time to do much.
We're not laughing at your dilemma, we swear.
Well, I get frustrated sometimes. That's why I don't like to spend too much time doing things like setup or anything like that, because it's like the more time we do spend on this, the more time I'm gonna not have to do anything I want to do later.
We did get started pretty early on this. Like, it's only a little, like, it's not even 9 yet. So maybe we could just binge this.
Well, I was planning on binging this. I mean, on days where I know
I was
I'm
planning
gonna
on
be
binge
late.
drinking. Starting.
I'm honestly kind of
Ready,
glad
go.
I'm not playing right now because I am booked tonight. So I do want to have energy because the new Baldur's Gate update came out. So now there's more evil stuff to do. And with one of my friends, we had a playthrough where I led the game and we got the good ending, except for any choice that I let my partner make. And then this is the playthrough he's leaving. So this is the evil route.
We're gonna kill everyone.
Not even a joke. With the first route where I was leading, he walked into a dialogue, fucked it up, and I permanently couldn't get one of the characters. I don't know what Lae'zel does in the story. I don't know what her thing is. Because he just walked up and killed her. Even though my character had, like, a special perk to talk and win this conversation.
I'm honestly trying to figure out why their shields keep growing randomly.
It's because they're using the defend command.
Does that always happen?
Yes.
Oh, I never noticed that.
So I'm gonna do the thing where you said no to something, so I'm just gonna ask somebody else to rally up my support. Do you want to go see Sonic 3 when it comes out?
Oh,
You know what? Sure, I do want to hear Keanu Shadow.
Yeah.
I didn't say I didn't want to go. It's just
You were like, no.
Well,
I don't
so
wanna see it. Like,
specifically, we were talking about like the trailers, and I said
Yeah.
I don't care to see like any of it because I don't really care about the movie.
Oh,
Neither
yeah,
do I. I think
speaking
it's gonna be
of
bad. But,
trailers, the Minecraft movie. That looks awful.
let's not go see that.
So, the Death Bow people, a guy named Sam, they did a little thing for members, and they were talking about the Minecraft movie. He made a good point where he doesn't like all these people where it's like Jack Black is playing Steve, but he's playing Jack Black.
Yeah.
He thinks it sucks for movies that you have these characters like people like Jack Black and Ryan Reynolds who just play themselves in every single movie they're in instead of actually acting.
I agree.
And that it harms the industry, although he admits that it probably makes them more money.
It does. You see it because you want to see Jack Black.
Correct.
That is
Bro,
the main point
that
of the
fucking-
Minecraft movie.
Eggman
right now,
is just
but
Jim
that
Carrey.
is why I don't want to see it. The main thing is because fucking it's gonna be nothing.
And I'm a little bit jacked off, so like I don't need to go see the Minecraft movie.
Well, I don't care about Minecraft as much as you guys in general.
But I'm not gonna watch a movie based on it. You can't build my house in the movie.
They do. They dox you in the movie, dude. I saw it in the latest trailer.
They should have a contest where it's like submit your house, and if you win, they'll build it in the movie. Like there's a whole 10-minute scene of them building it.
What I'm
Or
not,
however long it actually takes is how long it's gonna be in the movie.
what I'm not excited for is all the people who are gonna start making theory videos and all that shit. Like, what's really going on in the Minecraft movie releasing this year in 2024?
Oh, that's my brother. He was a hero. His name is Brian.
I can't wait, or I can wait for them to add content from the movie into the game.
Jack Black. It's just him, live action
Well,
Jack
the thing
Black.
is, this is just sort of the Monster Hunter movie happening again. In
Sorry.
which I love how people are like,
It's
"There's a
really
Monster
like-
Hunter movie." Everyone just looks at them and go, "No."
There's a Monster Hunter movie?
No.
Yeah, but in the Monster Hunter movie, it's basically the same shit.
Did you see what they announced for that new Monster Hunter game? The dual weapons? How do you feel about that?
Being able to bring a separate weapon on your secret is cool. However, they made the secrets like the Raider rides in World, which sucks.
I'm sorry, that's nasty.
No.
I'll
I'm
be
sorry.
real. The World team is getting better. It's clearly showing that
Well,
they're
I
getting better,
smell it.
but they still
I
don't
moved
like
over here
players
and I
having
smell it.
fun because they're still
I'm
trying
sure
to
he's
take a lot of
sleeping.
control out of their hands.
You know what? Me and Connor played some more Rise.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he picked up and he really likes?
Is it Bowguns?
Gun Lance.
Oh, fucking Lance. Hey, at least it's not Lance.
I know.
Lance is super fucking boring. Literally, Lance fans, when their trailer came out for Wilds, were just like, "Woo! We get to do pokes 6 times in a row instead of just 3! Yeah!" I'm not even kidding.
What I'm thinking about picking up just a second weapon set to vary it up. What should I go for?
So you're doing Sword and Shield right
Yeah.
now, right?
What are you using specifically?
I play literally everything that's not lances or bowguns.
Okay.
I play 10 of the 14 weapons.
Do they really just keep making you every single time you get a
Yes.
new one? Just
The first game is bad.
And they're already in FIFA. Oh, there we go.
It's the same rhythm. Pun pun pun. Dun dun. Pun 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 pun. Yeah, it's the
Even I know
same
it.
thing. Pun pun. Yeah, fuck. Oh, that's different. Okay, so it varies it up at the end. But yeah, I want to try to vary it up, so I don't want to play what you guys normally play, but I want to pick up a second one. I'm thinking maybe a heavy weapon,
What are you considering heavy weapons?
like maybe like a great sword or Like an axe.
Greatsword is kind of you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take and 90% of the ones you do. Greatsword is very slow, very methodical, and you've learned the whole game, so you've earned this damage. In my experience, don't pick Greatsword.
Okay.
You're gonna hate yourself.
I don't want to pick like the guns because I feel like they only really work when you have a full team.
Not only that, they are just sort of like a currency check because they just take a lot to fund.
Yeah, because you have to use up your ammo.
And I'll admit, when playing bow, I just went to the shop and bought all the ammo because it's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get full stacks of this and never worry about it again.
I think because I got a lot of the DLC, they just gave me a lot of items.
Well, you got a lot of money for the game being out for 2 years.
Yeah.
And the community achieving goals.
Bro, this seems really annoying. Having to do it every time. Literally half of it is the same.
This game should have come with like the DK bongos, but there's 4 of them, and that's how you play the game.
Oh, should we put you through Taiko?
That's like the rhythm game,
That's-
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
with
Taiko
the
no
guy with
Katsuji.
the guy with the drum with the little face on it.
Yeah.
That's playable in the
In
Mario
Mario
Kart.
Kart,
Yeah.
yeah.
We should put Chris through Taiko no
We gotta
Katsuji.
play Donkey Konga. That's another game we gotta play, but not on the channel because it has real music in it.
Mm.
In every region
Taiko
of the game.
also has real music in it, but it has sound effects over it for each button.
Yeah.
So I think most of the time
Yeah,
it's fine.
DK's like that too. But every region of the game has a different soundtrack, so we gotta get the American, the Japanese, and the European versions.
I think
Is it the-
GameCube games
They are.
aren't GameCube's region locked.
Not with an action replay. So if you can find it, then we can do it.
Well, I mean, I would just need to dump all the BIOS.
You
and
also-
I can just do it online.
Yeah, also be very careful with memory cards. Like if you're gonna play it on the console, because if you boot up like a Japanese game on an American memory card, it automatically wipes the whole memory card to format it for Japanese games.
Yep.
I don't even think with like with warning. So you gotta like literally label your memory cards. But I think they have like Naruto openings and stuff in the Japanese version. Like just they're like, yeah, this is from Naruto. Not even like it just happens to be the same songs.
I fucking love seeing that in rhythm games where it's just like Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, in Monster Hunter, one of the games you can play. There's like Hatsune Miku DLC and the weapon.
No, it's not DLC. It's an event quest.
Yeah.
It came out as a promotion, and everyone gets it.
Well, so
Quite
that's
literally,
right.
Monster Hunter as a series is MMOs, but without everything that makes them bad.
But Hatsune Miku's weapon is a great
Well,
hammer.
She has a hunting horn, and she has a hammer. There's also ones
They're
that
shooting
came out
themselves.
for... There's also ones that came out for One Piece, where there's dual blades for Luffy. That's a hat on his back, and when you pull it out, it just makes her hands really big. There's a longsword for Zoro, where he has one of the swords in his mouth. Another one they did was one that was for the Phoenix Wright games, the Ace Attorney games, and it was a lance that was just his big pointing finger and the shield that said objection on it.
Can't get any more Ace Attorney than that.
Yeah, they have a lot of collaborations that are really good, but
Sonic.
with the Hatsune Miku one, they did give her a hunting horn that plays proof of a hero in her voice. So she'll actually go ba 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 da ba 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 ba. It's not proof of a hero.
Every time we play with Sharky, his dog, the Palico?
Yes.
The Palico is Amaterasu.
And I can make the cat Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, who wants that?
And Mega Man's in it too, right?
Mega Man is in World.
There's a lot. Me and Sharky watched like a really long video, or maybe I watched it without
If
you.
you watch the
told me
video on
to.
YouTube these days, chances are it is really long.
I mean, that's what YouTube wants.
And that's what they're gonna get.
I mean, this is gonna be like,
This is a really
2.5
long video. All we
hours.
do is make really long videos.
what is wrong with us?
I wish we had the 10-minute limit. Remember in our Let's Plays, like we just sit there and do like 6 episodes of 10 minutes each.
Well, I mean, didn't we have to deal with the time limit at the time?
Yeah, we always started a timer and forgot to start a timer.
No,
We're
no,
like,
no.
"Oh,
I mean,
20
like
minutes."
YouTube's time limit.
No, they didn't have a time. No, this is like early YouTube with the time limit, like only the first few years of it.
I
We
don't.
just had a structure of like 15, 20 minutes.
I don't think. Did I do that on my normal channel too?
I think so.
That's interesting. I don't remember. That's so long ago for me at this point.
We always started with
That's
like
over
10 minutes. We went up
it's
to 15
over
and we
a
went up to
decade
20.
ago. Have I known you for 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
11 now.
Jesus.
One of the
Sitting in
TTRPG
Kevin's
games I
putty
named
stealing class
started
11 years ago.
last year, like the day after my birthday. So like every time it's brought up, it's just like, man, that campaign is going to be a year old that day, and I'm just like, and I will be 2.
You'll be 2?
one.
Yeah, it's my birthday.
Happy second.
Happy. Suck it.
I don't think I'll be doing that for my birthday.
Happy suck it. I hope you all be happy sucking.
I'm not repeating that.
Good.
I can't remember what. I'm not repeating
Oh,
that.
do you think if we put Buzz in something?
Do you think that if we... Oh, it's Mario Kart in Buzz. That's
Yeah.
what it was. He goes, I'm not repeating that. Is this the same mission? What's happening?
You have so much screen to look at. There's so much attention that you don't need to divert to this to understand that there was a loading screen 3 seconds ago.
No, what I mean is, like, the last mission had the exact same background.
The last mission had fucking windmills in it, dog!
The background?
Yes! The whole gimmick was turn the wind on so the windmills spin.
Me with pasta in my hand. Oh, not me.
More
Pasta.
pasta. Are you guys pasta people?
Pasta People sounds like a horror movie.
It has nothing to do with pasta. It's just called that.
Bro, his ability is
Don't you love that he just took all that hard work he did and threw it away?
Yeah,
No,
seriously.
they're coming back.
At least he has all the upgraded weapons.
That was me talking straight to Noir Blue. Like, bro, you worked so hard on them.
How you doing, Noir Blue? Homie, friend of the channel, Noir Blue.
Sponsored by Noir Blue and everything you advertise on your channel.
Sponsored by Noir Blue. We'll take everything, including you. Oh, Jesus. I just hope he's making some ad money off us. Do people still get paid when you use premium?
Probably not. Well, I don't know.
I wonder if, like,
Does it go to the people with the partner programs?
I don't know.
It should go to people who are partnered, but they also have like the whole membership system for certain accounts.
Also Google. They can just
Well,
get their money
I think
from
they
there.
only have that membership system to, like, compete with Patreon.
Yeah. YouTube just doesn't get enough
You know,
money.
the thing that Vine didn't want to do, compete.
Mm.
No,
They instead of in the choice of adapt or die, they just chose to die.
they really did.
They're like,
They-
we're done.
You know what the biggest issue was?
The 6-second limit.
No, nobody was getting paid.
Yeah.
So you had all these big creators making no money, and why would you stay when you could just migrate to a different place and make
Yeah.
money?
TikTok is like huge for
They
businesses.
just straight up were not willing to compete. It's crazy because Vine was big, dude. You were
Yeah.
on Vine.
Yeah, I was a Vine star.
I don't know if I'd say that because we
Dream
were doing
team,
we were
roll
doing
call.
illegal deals behind the basement of that.
Yeah.
I don't think we're
Shooting out
legally
fireworks.
I don't think we're legally allowed to sell Hey You
I was
Pikachu.
shoving Beatles albums into my 64. Like, forbidden acts that are not allowed to be on YouTube.
How
Do we
do
have
you
a
get it
Halloween
in
one?
the N64?
They didn't. I tried to force it.
There is footage of it now. He used it as a Brogout buffer on.
Yeah, in Last of
was
Us.
it Faith?
It was
Last,
Last of Us. So I wanted to put ones that appealed to your dad because I know he just loves the Beatles so much, so I put it in
And
anyway.
he loves the N64. So
Yeah.
put them together.
Because he's just as old as that. Your dad's so old, he probably was playing the 64.
I mean, it is funny that I'm the same exact age as Steve.
I thought you were gonna say the same exact age as Dad.
Me and
Well,
my
I
dad
don't
are the
think
same
he's
age.
my dad, so I don't think I would call him dad.
Is he 50 yet?
Dad?
Yeah.
No.
When's his birthday?
No. In November.
Chris, are you 50 yet?
I think.
I don't think he turns 50 this year.
I thought it was 50. Is he older or younger than your mom?
No, actually, I think you're right. I think he turns 50.
I think I know
He's-
my dad a little bit more than you.
They were in the same grade, so
Mhm.
that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Because I think your mom turns 15 next April.
Yeah, okay, so Dad
And then
turns
Art
50.
does. Or no, Art's the year after.
Art,
right?
well, Art is 2 years younger than Mom. So
2 years? I thought it was just one.
I'm pretty sure Art is 47.
His birthday is the day after your mom's, right?
Yeah.
Are you really gonna be like, how old are you?
Well, let me see if he has it on Facebook.
No. Because I think he's 1 year and 1 day younger.
You know, I've sincerely considered just lying to people about my personal information. Like, oh yeah, I'm 5'8".
It does not list
They'll
it.
believe it.
For reference, I'm roughly half a foot taller than that. So people will be like, oh, but I met so-and-so, and they say they're 5'8". He's lying.
Forced perspective. Your perspective is forced. Non-consensual perspective.
No, he's just lying about his height. He's insecure.
Yeah, he's gonna be 50 in November. He's born 1974. It's so weird to think about. The fact that I was halfway to their age 2 years ago.
They're doing too much math for it to be like this big wow thing.
Damn,
What?
time progresses linearly.
I don't know what just happened to your brain, but I don't think anyone.
I was
knows.
trying to wonder what happened to yours.
2 years ago, I was 25 and I was halfway to 50.
It's like saying,
50 was gonna be there.
well, it's like it was saying like we had like 6 more than when we said we had 60. Or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
Oh.
be able to develop alcoholism legally soon.
Your grandfather did.
Not even a bit.
You're not even a bit of a grandfather yet.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Let's rest up for tomorrow. We're gonna slaughter.
Alright, it's space and the stream. No astronaut, we'll just play this.
You know what? Let's rest up for
Bro, I'm so fucking excited for Astrobot tomorrow. That's why I'm like, dude, come over as early as you can. Let's do this shit.
As you're just leaving, I'm just walking up behind you.
Bro,
Like,
this guy's just checking his mail and he just hears.
the parade's here.
Bunch of boy. My boy!
This piece is what Ultra Warriors strive for.
Ah!
Can we talk about how I don't like post game? I'm just getting really sick and tired of post game.
Alright, what game
don't have to
caused
do
it
it.
this time?
Well, first was Mario RPG, the remake. That's still the biggest example.
Well,
the thing with
that
post
post game
game
was
is you
bad.
don't have to fucking do it.
Yeah.
You beat the game, you can go home. But if you want more, there is.
What is happening?
Like, you don't have to get seconds of every meal, Chris.
I know, I'm regretting the post game pasta.
Just don't do it. It's a choice.
But it's just like something about a game ending when it's over is nice. Like especially when it soft locks and you're just stuck. It's like it gives you like it just gives you time to think, like reflect back on the game. Like I don't want to turn the console off. I don't want it to be over. But
So if you don't want it to be over, you want post-game content.
it's an urge that you shouldn't have satisfied. You should always be left wanting more because it was so good. It ends on such a high note. But like that's life. We have to just move on now. But when you're finally given that satisfaction of like, hey, here's more, you end up finishing the game on more of like, all right, I'm done.
You
Like,
must hate Pokemon.
well,
Pokemon is almost entirely post game.
yeah. Well, I think their post game is pretty good, depending on the game. Gold and Silver, like I feel like Kanto's not even like, it's more of like a second campaign more than post game.
Okay, keep in mind, Kanto being in fucking Gen 2 is a really cool idea, executed really poorly. I just beat a Pokemon League. Why are these Pokemon level 20?
Yeah.
Well, that whole situation isn't that whole thing a product of like, oh fuck, we can't, but we can.
Yeah.
Like
very
they
rushed.
like bare
and stuff.
boned it.
It is. It's very soulless.
Not bare
compared
bones
to,
within
like,
the
your-
effort. Just like the world itself, they couldn't
Yeah,
fit it.
It's
They
empty.
have no excuse for Heart Gold Soul Silver.
Heart Gold Soul Silver, I believe, did add stuff.
Yeah. Or are you talking about like the leveling?
The leveling is still bad. The progression is still so out of fucking whack.
Well, I remember finding, at least in Gold, there were a lot of Pokemon, like wild Pokemon were still at like level 40 something.
Which is still wrong.
Now you're in like your 60s when you're fighting Elite Four, right?
And I think by Mount Silver, no, they were like level 50. Yeah, you are higher than that by that point, but like,
Your league's higher.
I think it's
But
the highest it goes.
I don't
in
think
the
they're
game.
intending on you going in with your strongest Pokemons or all that.
They expect you to be switching them out,
Yeah,
so every wild battle is a struggle.
we're just OG gamers.
Just to beat the Pokemon League, why wouldn't I use it?
Mhm.
Because you want to experiment and have
'Cause
fun.
you gotta catch them all, and you gotta
I'm
evolve
playing
them all,
Pokemon. I don't want to fucking have fun, and I don't want to experiment.
and I don't want to catch
If you wanted
any of them.
experimentation
Oh,
and fun in
please.
Pokemon,
I know
you make a
you
different
love
game.
Scarlet. I can't remember which one I bought you. Did I buy you Scarlet or Violet? Did I buy you either? No, I did because you got mad at me because I bought you one of them and then I bought Connor God of War Ragnarok.
Scarlet,
You had the
He's
red one. You said
okay.
the motorcycle looked really stupid. That's why.
yeah, because the other one's a penis monster.
I wanted the other one. That's why I bought you Scarlet.
It literally would be just fine if it didn't perform so poorly.
Yeah.
And they added more shit that ran worse.
Emulated.
Can't do it anymore.
Oh,
It's
I
gone.
know. Nintendo was, see, Yuzu was stupid, though. They wouldn't have gotten sued if they didn't explain how... Oh, I thought that was Chris. That was... Oh my god. They would have survived if they didn't explain to people how to hack their shit. Because that's the illegal part. The emulation, the emulator, that's not the illegal part. But they taught people how to hack their device and all that shit. Meaning that people were playing games before, like, day one patches and all that shit.
People already were. You just swapped the fucking... You just used a different location on your console. Like, you just made a fucking JP account, and then you got to do that.
You see that happen with FNAF when they were doing their 7-day run-up thing? One of their games got released early in Japan, and people were just kept exporting it, so they were like, you know what, we'll just release it for everyone, alright? But because they were released early in Japan, Japan got an earlier modification of the game, and people were playing early versions of the game. That shit's been happening a lot. Like, Poppy's Playtime, which, fuck the developers of Poppy's Playtime. But Poppy's Playtime, they released one of their chapters, but did not take out any of, like, the beta files. So, like, people who were just, like, going through the files were like, wow, you could just play their whole beta version of the game. They just did not try to hide it at all.
Yeah, like Mario RPG Remake.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about this.
The problem I have with that post game is the fact that they made it's an already easy game. It should be like every person's
They
first
made
RPG.
it easier.
They made it so much easier, and not in a good way.
And
that
then
we
the
were just like
post-game's
bored, and then the post game just
impossible.
cranks it all the way up and becomes almost impossible, no matter how leveled you are, because it's like the data fights, which looking back, I think were actually pretty bad for the most part, because every data fight had some stupid gimmick to it.
I
And now you're
remember
not
all
even
the
fighting-
boss fights for the post game being really fucking easy because of how stupid powerful Gino was.
No,
Or
It
just
doesn't
how, like,
work, though.
Stupid, invulnerable Peach was. Like, there's so many things you could just.
So
fully
the guy
exploit.
It
we,
doesn't
the guy
matter
we, the
anymore.
guy we gave up on has an if you don't beat him in enough moves has an instant kill move that
He
just kills your
instant
entire
kills your party.
Did you
and-
level your party members?
No, it
wrong?
doesn't.
matter.
Doesn't matter
It,
what
it,
level
it,
they
it
are.
ignores defense. It ignores
No,
all of
did
your
you
stuff.
level them up wrong?
That's not how Mario RPG works.
No, you can put bonuses into your stats, but like it doesn't. It ignores all of your stats and just instant kills everybody. It's all like a timing thing. Like, you have to.
If you want to know the exact boss fight, look
the
up the
booster one?
booster fight.
Well, it's because he builds the train, and the Sniffets cheer him on to make him go faster, and a little bit like Booster's gonna start building the train in the same exact turn before you can even act. Booster's done with the train, kills your whole party, you're done.
Yeah, it's one of those things that warns you he's doing
that
something.
Fight being like 3 turns and being disappointed that it wasn't longer.
Well, you fight
And
him
the-
multiple times.
Well, in the main game, like, it's easy.
No, like post game.
That fight ain't easy. There's articles we were reading about it at the time where people were like, "This is fucking."
And there's like
impossible.
Punchinello we did, but like you don't even fight him. You have to hit the bombs and turn them around to hit him.
We
but they only
beat
turned
him,
around
though.
sometimes. Like there was no rhyme or reason to when they turned around. And when they hit you, they instantly
Well,
killed you.
I thought the rhyme and reason was that you had to perfect every single attack.
Maybe, yeah. And the Jinx one, like you did, but it was just stupid. Like fighting Jinx in the main game was harder because this post game one, he's just like, I'm gonna reduce your stupid new meter to 0, and I need you to get it to 100 and use a super on me. That's it. That's not fun.
Oh, that's the trainer?
Yeah. They used to be like the hardest thing when I originally played the game. Not the super
And then
thing,
when
but
we
just like
played
fighting
it,
him.
we were played it and we beat it. You were like, "That's it."
Yeah, I was like, this is so easy. This is not fun. So it's just like that massive difficulty spike. That's not because like I get post game is meant for the pro player. Like let me give you the hardest possible thing. But the whole main game is a cakewalk compared to it. It's like the worst example. Like a game should just rise in difficulty pretty steadily. And like you get good at the game just by playing it. Like the game's mechanics kind of teach themselves to you. And the post game should just keep going with that difficulty. But it's just like, here's the difficulty, and the post game's just you have to look it up to figure out what to even do. That's not like fun to figure out or anything. So
This game
as
looks
a
incredibly
shitty video gamer
frustrating.
like me, the post game is impossible. It's just not fun. It's not worth it. But to a pro player, they have to sit through a baby game to finally get to the fun part at the
I
end.
mean, they could have just played it on a higher difficulty.
We did. We played it on the hardest difficulty,
Did
which
we?
was normal.
Did we?
They had normal and even more baby. They don't have a hard mode.
It's
to
really weird
compensate
that
for
they
the
named
easy
their
mode.
difficulties normal and really even more baby.
There's more babies in this.
It doesn't even fit in the little icon either. You have to mod the game to even see what it actually is supposed to
Why
say.
is there a drunk pad
But,
up
like-
there? Do you see that?
But like the main game was even easier than the original, and then there's an easy mode on top of that. They really should have. I think a lot of games need to have like if they're gonna remake and change the difficulty like that, they should have an original mode. I mean, a lot of games do, but I feel like the remake should have had original mode where they take out the combos like, or the thing where it hits everybody if you time it right, and take out the combo meter for the supers. Just take it all out and make it exactly like the original, and then maybe even add a hard mode on top of that.
Yeah, they should have had.
And they let you swap out your party members when they're dead. Just like bring in inactive party members.
They should have had an OG mode
Mm.
where it's like all these new mechanics you don't get anymore.
Yeah. The whole item thing, because in the original items didn't stack, but I think you can hold like 40 items, however much it was. But now they do stack, but you can only hold like 5 unique items, which is stupid. But yeah, it's kind of come back now because I finished Etrian Odyssey. So there's 25 floors in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I beat it. It's like, alright, that was awesome. And now here's the last 5 floors. Like, here's a new stratum to the dungeon. And it's nice because they give you new quests, like a lot of new quests to do. But the game literally puts you in hell. Like, the aesthetic is hell. The music sounds like hell. It's like the worst music in the game. For a game that had really good music. And the dungeon design sucks so bad. Like, I'm not even the only one. Like, I saw like a Reddit thread where people are like, yeah, this last stratum just is a nightmare. So, the game does get more complex with the dungeon design. They start putting warp points, so you have to kind of like start drawing more icons. Even if I'm having the map fill out entirely,
Is that not the same boss as before?
he's like differently textured and colored.
Yeah, I don't think this one does lasers. Plus, his back is bigger.
Yeah. But it's the same kind of enemy, yeah. And that move's new, the bulldoze.
No, he did that last time.
No, it's just a swing up. It wasn't a walk forward.
Hmm.
Yeah. So like it did get more complex as the game went on. So like I did have to like add a lot of icons to the map, but now it just became so insane. Like the 5 floors were definitely the 5 worst in the game. It's like floor 26 had like all these different identical rooms that go next to each other, and all but one of them, there's like 12 of them. All but one of them send you back to the beginning of the floor, and the last whatever one it is the only one that progresses you through. And then now you're in like another hallway, and then it's the same trial and error going through all these other hidden rooms, and only one of them will progress you to the next area of the room. So you're warping all around the room, trial and erroring, and every time you mess up, you get sent back to the beginning and have to backtrack all the way through. All while dealing with random encounters. Also, I was really pissed off because the level cap in the game is 70. And I got to level 70 within like the last dungeon of the main game. Like I still had like a few floors to go. And I'm looking up if you can raise the level cap, not until the sequels. So the cap is still 70, but then you have to do post-game things to raise the level cap. But the first game just doesn't have any of that. And like I still didn't learn so many skills. So like you have to use your skill points wisely, which I learned the hard way. So like when you level up, you get a skill point, you can put it into a move and like improve that move by putting more skill points into it, and that's how you unlock more moves on the tree. But like I was evenly distributing them among everything, and that locked me out of so many abilities.
Tristan has been getting up and slowly inching away from Chris this whole time.
So I'm not even leveling, and I'm dealing with all these random encounters. I finally bought items to reduce the encounter rate, but they only last 100 steps, so it's like repels. You have to keep opening the menu and reapplying them. It wasn't until like Black and White I know where they just let you reapply the repel when it runs out, but like this is still like old Pokemon. And say floor 26 I was on it for like a couple hours. Floor 27 is such a dickhead floor. At face value, it looks like just this wide open floor. Like you see the entire floor in front of you, at least what the game can render. But almost the entirety of it are invisible like pits. So they have pitfalls, like if you just walk on a random space, there's no hole. It's like, oh no, it's actually a booby trap, and you fall down to the lower floor. So you usually would just mark that here's a hole. Almost the entire floor is holes. So it's actually a maze with all the holes around. So the only way to really figure it out is trial and error. So I'm like, I'm not doing that. I just looked it up. But then I had to map out like 500 holes that all make paths through the floor. And when you fall down, you go into a floor with all these spike tiles. So when you like step on them, your party takes damage. Which that's easy to map out. You just take the damage and just heal when you need to. So that wasn't really a bad floor. But that's the floor you fall down into when you land in one of the holes in the top, like the above floor. But I still had to walk the entire floor and get hurt a million times just to map it out.
I think I found an image of you two.
Which one's me?
The bottom.
Floor 29 was definitely the worst. It was just warp points. Like, here's a room. Here's
Fucking
like 3 warp
hate
points.
warp mazes.
It was that. Like, the worst I'd ever seen in a game.
I mean, the worst I've seen was East.
It was worse than that. East was just so difficult to navigate. That didn't really have many warp points, but like an entire floor of warp points with probably 50 rooms, all on like, I don't even know how many tiles are on each floor, but like on not even that big of a room, there are like 50 different rooms within it. So I was using icons to like pinpoint where this warp will take me. So I'm like, oh, I'll put the treasure chest icon here, even though it's not a treasure chest, it's a warp point that will take me to the room that I've labeled as a treasure chest. I went through all of my icons, then I used pairs of icons, and then at the very end, I had to use double of one icon. So my map looked like a 5-year-old drew it. And I was on that for like several hours, just trying to map the whole thing out. It took me that long just to even find the end of it, like to even progress. Luckily, the last floor of the game was like the easiest of those 5. But it's like a linear floor, but it keeps wrapping around like an intestine. So you go like straight all the way up the middle, and you take a turn, and then back all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way to the left, and then down, cut all the way to the right of the map, and then just do the same thing again. And then finally, there were like 3 doors to go through, and you can only go through each one if you fight a super boss. It was a post game. There's like 3 different dragons. I couldn't fight one of them because I didn't have the right party member to damage it enough. It ends up putting on like this heal that heals back like a couple thousand health every turn, and I can only do like single or double digit damage because it kept applying like defense spells, and I didn't have the right party members to dispel those. It's just because of the party I set myself up with. Like, I could have gone and registered another party member with those skills, but then I'd have to level them all the way up just to even fight the boss.
Yeah.
So the only quests I didn't do in the game were the ones that require specific party members to do. That's like some of them. It's like, oh, bring me an alchemist at level 20, and then that's just a quest. So like those I just didn't do. But I pretty much, I mapped out and did everything else. And I even fought like the true final boss at the end, which doesn't get you anything. I was expecting a second set of credits, a new cutscene. No, you just defeat it and that's it. Go back to the town. See, so I ended the game on such a low note, because like, at the end of the main game, like, okay, this is awesome. Story's wrapped up and everything. But they just give you this extra dungeon with no lore to it, it's just there. You get like other side quests, but that's about it. And yeah, just 0 fanfare for finishing it.
That's how I felt about Dark Cloud's secret.
Yeah. Just when a game forces you to end, like, this is it, shut the game off, you're done, there's nothing else to do, you even got to a point of no return, you end the game, like, you want to end off on, like, I wish I could keep going, I want more. But, like, not being able to continue is almost better than continuing. It's like, when we hang out, we don't want to go home, but, like, we have to. But if we just sat around and talked till 1 in the morning, we'd be bored. And it's like, all right, I want you to leave now.
It'll feel like we wasted our time.
We did, and that's post game. Or like, at work on Sunday, one of our reporters left. It was their last day. So usually we all gather in the studio and say our goodbyes. We'll stay like maybe 10, 20 minutes. We end up staying till 1. Just all sitting around and talking about unrelated things. It wasn't me doing it, but like it was just certain people.
Why didn't you just leave?
I don't know. It was like nobody wanted to excuse themselves until somebody finally did.
You could have been the catalyst to make everyone's lives better, and you chose not to.
Yeah.
Reality, you're just a scumbag.
But yeah, it was literally that. It was like heartfelt goodbyes, and then just sitting around and just talking about bullshit. And then finally, it's like, all right, see ya. It's late. I want to go to bed. So then we were all just kind of like in a bad mood at the end of it.
That's me every day, though.
Mm.
Alright, at a certain point, this Patapon is choosing to stay in there. There's a giant hole in the side you could just jump out of.
You can't see
Hang on, you
from
missed a
perspective.
pixel.
They can't turn.
Honey, did that pixel hurt you?
Patapons can't turn, dude. You can't expect them to go left and right without a drum telling them to do so.
Are you fucking serious?
That's more accurate.
No.
Yeah,
The fact that
it's
they're now
desert
going into a
heat.
hot area.
Mm. I'm fine with post game where like it just lets you finish the game, like finish anything you might not have done. But I think the worst part about my RPGs is that the story, like, it doesn't take place after the game because like Gino leaves and everything is kind of like back to normal. So there's no logical way to have events taking place after. So what the post game actually is it puts you back before you go into what Bowser's Castle or Smithy's like.
Oh, yeah, 'cause it's supposed
Dungeon.
to be a challenge mode.
No, it just puts you in like the main game, but like Mario wakes up from a dream of beating the game, like beating Smithy and stuff. So it just sets you back in time. And it's like, yeah, sorry, Gino's like, yeah, Mario, that didn't happen. So it just feels worthless.
I mean, it harkens all the way back to Mario 2. The real message of that game. Which is that Bill Burr.
The real message of Mario 2 was do not port that shit to the US.
Americans don't want to see this shit.
Americans cannot handle numbers. You invent health bars right now.
By the way, when I played Lost Levels on Mario Bros. Deluxe, it's like a really good level of hard difficulty. Like, it's a hard that I can handle. Granted, they let you save after every level in that version. I don't think you can in others. Or a lot in the Super Nintendo one, you can. But if you want to play the original, which I do want to do on stream, I think it sends you back to the beginning of the world when you get a game over. But, like, it's hard, but not, like, impossible. It gets a really fun kind of hard. Even the original is like Super Mario Bros. It's not, like, a really easy game, but it's not super hard either. World 8-3 sucks, though, like the Hammer Brothers. They're just so hard to predict.
Yeah. Hammer Bros and Original Mario are a pain in the ass.
Once they started making them like these on-board like enemies, like on the world map, they kind of became easier. They're slower and stuff.
Let me just empty my urine real quick, alright?
Urine. Is Hero Brian gonna be in the Minecraft movie played by?
Oh, that's my twin brother. He used to be a hero, Ryan.
We really say that in the trailer.
No, that's a joke. Everyone's posting pictures of Jack Black with lights in his eyes.
Oh. Or it'll be the other guy from Tenacious D that he's not talking to anymore.
No, it hasn't been him. Fifth time we've seen this motherfucker.
Just keeps coming back for more, throwing those tornadoes.
Honestly, dude, get a fucking life. Gotta stop going into mountains and starting tornadoes.
Hey, what are you, Cole? Yeah, Castlevania 3, I think, is the first one to have like the branching paths, but it's more blatant. Like you get to the end of a level.
Consider that the best one, and I think they're fucking insane.
Well, at least on that one, it's like you get to the end of a level and then you just pick the path you want to take. Yeah, it is dumb. You just have to like drop down in the pits.
Fucking kids where there's no good communication.
He takes very long pisses. They're like shit length pisses.
To be fair, have you seen his shit line? He sets records. He's in there for true sunrises.
You gotta measure it from head to ass and then the length of your entire drainage system and how far.
I'm just talking time.
Yeah, this might be done first.
Honestly.
Yeah, this looks so overwhelming.
It's just a strategy game. You just have your setup and then you tell them what to do. It's not very overwhelming. All the decisions you made beforehand.
urine?
I don't believe you. Go back and finish.
There's like a shit length of this.
There's a couple follicles.
LOL, what a joke.
What if we had a what if of Gogeta versus Vegeta?
What if we had a what if of Gogeta versus Ultra Sigma?
What if we had a what if of Goku versus Frieza?
What if Goku fought?
That's it. What if, man?
This guy with the scythe is starting to really piss me off.
Yeah, he's been on screen the entire time he's been gone. They've been just fighting him.
Fucking get a life, dude.
Someone saying, "Get with it, old man." Well, running back and forth, being on fire, is the funniest thing ever.
That guy said
It's the
plop.
hottest new trend.
Like I said, plop. I think that's the funniest thing ever.
That guy died.
Oh, you got his scythe. Nice job, Noir Blue.
I'm proud of you, Noir Blue, friend of the channel.
I'm not.
This game really does feel like war, though.
What I did in there felt like war. This is
You're
nothing.
fighting for your goddamn
I'm
life.
fighting for my fucking life in there. There only
That
one.
and driving are the two times I feel like I'm fighting for my life.
Well, technically, driving you are.
Yeah.
You're just hoping you don't die.
Mighty Blue.
He probably named his character Blue, huh?
Mm.
No, you did Nemesis.
Yeah, the Blue Army.
That's why he gives him a blue shield every time. All right, can you get your frequent Modi miles somewhere else?
Modi. So is it worth storing your files in OneDrive or like any online drive?
No.
Okay.
You can do things if you're hopping between two machines very often. You're not.
Yeah.
I mean,
My cousin like
there's other ways to back up your shit.
yeah. He's like, man, Alicia were like telling me I really should like use OneDrive and back everything up to it. Like all of my pictures, videos, every file.
How much do you trust Microsoft?
I don't. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
there.
What if like a breach happens?
I mean, I don't know if it gives
No
sense.
one's really gonna care about getting rid of your personal data unless they work for Microsoft, to which they're just be like, we're lowering the amount of data you can have.
Yeah.
man."
But like that, and do I really want to subscribe to just back everything up?
I have entire Persona games on my Google Drive, a service you already use.
Yeah. Because I was like, no, not really. And Alicia's like, well, what happens when your computer breaks? And I'm like, well, I actually have everything on my external drive. She's like, well, what happens when your external drive breaks?
Oh, I have my computer. Unless both miraculously broke at the same time.
Yeah, God forbid. The only thing that would be bad is if the house burned down, because then, yeah, I would lose everything.
Yeah, your house burned down.
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about your files at that point.
Mm. I don't think I wouldn't store everything in one drive, but
Maybe
backing things
two
up to it
drives.
would be like a possibility.
I have OneDrive disabled,
Mm.
and my laptop consistently yells at me. But I have everything backed up externally.
Yeah.
I just don't use Microsoft.
I do have the old hard drive from my first laptop.
That's so funny. I have one of your old hard drives too.
No, I have it now.
That small one?
Yeah, I have it.
You took it back?
I don't think you ever had it. I always had it.
Whose hard drive is that small one?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's yours.
Chuck,
Mm.
is
Like,
Persona-
I'm almost positive it's yours. You
Well, it
only
sounds like they're doing Nick.
Nickelodeon.
They have a lot of Patapons there.
They have a lot of Nickelodeon shows.
But I have my own hard drive. It's different from yours. It's not like this big thing. It just plugs in. It's a wire. So I could bag everything up to that, just like a second drive.
By the by, that PS3 memory card thing or whatever
Yeah.
it is, I don't have it.
Okay, you absolutely
I
don't
would
have it.
I would have seen it when I moved, and I checked through all the boxes. I'm not currently
Yeah.
moving.
Connor said
or
he doesn't have it
using.
either, so I'll buy my own, but we'll keep it here.
I mean, what did we even use it for last time?
I need to move the Ape Escape file over. We were playing it on PS1, and we moved it to the PS3, and then I didn't want it, so you just kept it.
The
But,
save
like,
file?
Yeah,
Why would I? I've never cared about save files. Why would I want it?
because it was easier to stream on the PS3, so we moved it over to it from
okay.
Old Reliable. But I like to keep save files, so we can just stream everything on the PS3 so it looks better, and then at the end, I'll just move it to my PS1 memory card. So it would just be for me to keep here. But it's still like $80 for one.
Damn.
That's why I was like, try to find it. Had a good lifespan, like 2019 to 2019. Just like the action replay,
The action replay.
the GameCube one. I 100% gave it back to you, and then it disappeared. I'm sure it was stolen.
No, I don't know. I'm sure you did give it back to me, but I have no idea.
I just think because it's like just in this flimsy plastic thing, somebody thought it was trash and threw it out. Or it's just easier to misplace something like that that's not in a good case.
I'm also
That
clumsy
works,
as fuck.
like, in a console and you haven't noticed.
You just haven't played the GameCube.
I mean, to be fair, the key situation.
The key situation?
We're going outside to look for your keys.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
searching everywhere when it was just hanging up on the hook the
Yeah.
entire
Remember,
time.
is it white? Is it this?
Oh yeah, because you were looking for your jacket, right?
Yeah.
And you said you were like, I've looked everywhere, it's not here. And I was like, is it white? You're like, yeah. And I picked it up off your bed. I was like, is it this?
I've lost things and then only find that they're in my hand.
I've done that though.
Yeah.
Remember what I used to say at work? If I take my gloves off, put them
They're
there,
gone.
and then turn around, they're gone.
Yeah.
I now have no idea
member of
what
the-
happened to
It's
them.
the vanish.
It is the advantage.
I still have your key to your... That's to your old apartment, right?
Yeah, I gave mine back already.
Should I just throw it out?
Yeah.
Something like the trash sorter will... I
I
know where this goes.
I recognize this.
I recognize the key pattern from anywhere. Because, yeah, that's not to your current place, right?
No. Nobody has a key to my current place. I
I
don't
feel
know
like-
if I'm gonna give people keys to my current place.
I
'cause
feel
it's
like
not
my
just me
Bankai
living
is
there.
the key to your place.
That'd be amazing if I can get that to
Or
fit
your
in my
unlocked,
door.
or your unlocked window is the key to the getting in.
I love how we call Ichigo Shikai the Bankai.
That's my Bankai, is just...
Ichigo
from
Shikai.
Spirit Halloween, yeah. It detaches. His doesn't do that. I can use it as a projectile, which Ichigo's never done. He just fires projectiles out of it, but like
You know,
the blade
infinite
itself
and
is a
more
projectile.
they tried to set up a fun way to like use Ichigo's sword, and they proceeded to not use it at all in the entire series.
What?
Yeah.
When
He
he's
does
like,
that
"You're not
twice.
even using it right," and he starts swinging it around like that. Ichigo never, not even once, uses it like that after that
The
moment.
problem is Getsu never wields a sword, so why would I wield a sword like you?
Yuha Baha Blast or whatever his name is.
This should be a flavor.
Did you see they're doing the Krabby Patty at Wendy's? Did that just make you upset that I mentioned it? What just happened?
It's kind of like
They eat the crap.
they're finally giving people a reason to go to Wendy's.
Yeah, is
But
it
also, that's not... Why are they at Wendy's? I feel like it would just be better if the Krusty Krab was a pop-up store.
like Mr. Beast?
Yeah, I guess. Did he have a pop-up restaurant?
Mr. Beast Burger?
Yeah.
There was one pop-up location.
Yeah, I think it really should just be that. Like, do I really walk into Wendy's and feel like I'm at the Krusty Krab? Do I really crave a Krabby Patty? Actually, I would because like I wouldn't eat Wendy's food, but I would eat a Krabby
The problem
Patty.
is, it's not like I don't know.
It's just
You're
gonna be
not
a
gonna-
Wendy's burger that
yeah.
they're calling the Krabby Patty.
Plus the pineapple.
If it doesn't look
Like-
exactly like it did in the training video, I'm gonna get my money back. Like, do you really think Edwin in the back is gonna be making a Krabby Patty? I doubt it. Like, I think they can only be made by SpongeBob because he puts the love into it, and a Wendy's employee certainly doesn't.
Also, why October? Why in our spooky month,
Yeah,
Why-
they're just trying to
why-
scare
Because
me.
what happens to you after you eat it?
Yeah,
bro? I am so fucking terrified for
I know it's a
half
scary month.
for half of our Halloween plans.
Why?
Well, I mean we're close. I can kind of just say what we're playing.
Oh, just the games.
Yeah, fucking. Me and you aren't playing anything scary.
Oh, you're actually like scared.
Yes.
I was
They're-
actually thinking
Chris,
if we could
they're
do...
making me play fucking Resi 7 VR.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna.
That's not
I couldn't
that
even
bad.
get past fucking Mr. X and Resi 2. What makes you think I'm gonna play this in VR and be
See,
okay?
I had like some ideas for Halloween games, but they're definitely not scary. Like they would be up your alley. Like if we were to start Castlevania, maybe we won't do it this October, but like maybe next
Yeah,
October.
because like Castlevania isn't scary.
But it's like a Halloween themed game, so it would be good
Not
for the
really.
month. Like Transylvania kind of stuff.
well,
like
it's not
vampires
Halloween
and-
themed as much as I would consider it like just.
Like the medieval
would you
setting.
Medieval,
consider-
yeah.
Would you consider like Ghosts and Goblins Halloween themed?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
we're-
got all like the
I mean,
generic
we're playing
Halloween like
medieval.
monsters in it. Like
Me and
Castlevania does, that has all the generic movie monsters.
Me and Sharky are playing a game.
It's
That's
like very
so
lighthearted
true.
Halloween.
I don't know if it's scary though.
It's one of the Dark Anthology games, so I would say it counts a bit more because it is like a mystery game.
Well, I'm fine with it counting as Halloweeny. I'm just saying I don't know if it's a scary game.
But yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I don't know if I'm gonna get scared. And me and Connor are playing Alien Isolation.
Oof.
It's making me play that.
Yeah.
Oh, are you not playing that one in VR too?
No.
Because if you
Pussy.
play it in VR, it'll listen to your microphone. and hear
Yeah.
you coming.
Yeah,
And it
no.
also adapts
Fuck
to your
that.
playstyle, so you can't do the same thing for too long, or it'll just kill you.
Fuck that.
But
Fuck
don't worry,
that.
the game doesn't have levels.
But yeah, absolutely, I would say Ghosts and Goblins is a Halloween game. Like, it's called Ghosts and Goblins, so... I had, like,
No,
a
it's
lot of
all
ideas for
goblins.
games like that, like, more just Halloween-themed games. Like, if we're gonna play it, this is the best month to play it.
Yeah. Well, that was
Like,
kinda-
even, like, ghost games, like, that aren't really Halloween-ish. Like, it's still ghost stuff.
Oh, we should have said Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well,
I
like, that's an example. Like, it's not a scary game, but it fits the month.
I jest.
Or even, like, it's
There's
harder to
that,
find, like,
spirit photo game. I'd say that fits pretty well.
Fatal Frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was even thinking, yeah, for like a ghost game. Like this one. Like, it's not a scary game in the slightest, but you play as a ghost.
What the fuck is that?
Avenging Spirit on Game Boy. But, like,
Oh yeah.
literally,
heard of it.
maybe an hour
Is it a
playthrough.
spirit?
He is a ghost.
No,
But,
like in sorry.
He's
I
the
should
avenging
clarify
spirit.
in
in
Smash.
Smash, no. It's not in Smash.
I recognize that picture from somewhere.
The Avenging Spirit case.
I've never heard of Avenging Spirit though, so.
Very, very short game. There's an arcade game and a Game Boy port of it. Each of them probably an hour tops. So like we could do one stream of both. But like it's not Halloween themed at all. But like I would still throw it into October just because.
I'm very curious. So our game, if we finish early, we can play another Halloween-y based game.
Yeah.
So we could probably do that. My brain it's gone.
There's like a lot of games I
Whatever
don't
was
own
there.
either. Well, there's a lot that I do own, like Castlevania or Bloodstained could always get thrown in there. And then just plenty that I don't own either that would work too. Even like Devil May Cry, because it's like has that dark atmosphere. It's
Well,
just
like,
kind of like it gets you in the
I-
right mood.
I would only consider something like Resident Evil 1 as like counting for Halloween.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that is.
5 is not. A man punches a boulder to death.
Any of the classics,
Resident
even
Evil
like 4.
7 is
7
considered
definitely.
the scariest.
Well, 7's like straight up horror.
Yeah.
But any of the originals, just because like really from the prime fact that there's zombies in them, it just
Well,
fits.
like, even with 7, I would say no, because it's more horror than Halloween.
Well, horror is like grouped in with Halloween.
It can
Like
be,
Alien,
but
like
it's-
Alien's not really Halloweenish, but it's horror. So
Well, no, because the fucking neck suit is the best Halloween costume. The fucking parkour suit.
If that's the case, I'm getting Spider-Man's a fucking Halloween game because
Why?
Spider-Man is a very popular Halloween
oh
costume.
yeah,
Well,
And
it
if we
is,
play
because
Digital
it's
Circus,
really
it's
scary
it's
to
gonna
hear
be on
Gary
Halloween.
Lowenthal every time.
That's true. You know?
Yeah, the one mod for that game where it just makes him say, "You fucking know." There's a
all?
mod for the game where they make him say "fuck."
Fuck.
if we were still in Mario Party 2, we could wait for Horrorland for Halloween. We're all in costume playing, but we don't have a face cam.
It just occurred to me earlier that we're on year 7 of this channel. How does that make you feel?
Old.
I mean,
It
granted,
feels like the
we didn't-
Brogal is like this long-lasting thing.
Yeah. I was thinking about it, and I was just like, to be fair, in 2018, we started like later in the year, I believe.
No, we started at the beginning.
Did we? In 2018?
Yeah, we
Did we
started
just
in like
not do it
February.
a lot? Oh, you know why I'm confused? Because the earliest stuff doesn't show up on our channel, so when I was looking back, I only saw what's public.
Well, I think it starts with Sly,
Yeah.
which was also right at the beginning.
Was it?
Yeah,
I'm
was the first thing you
I'm gonna
encountered,
I'm gonna fact check you on that.
February.
I'm sure you're right. I'm sure
Or
you're
March.
right. But
I just know that Pikmin was on the Valentine's Day or the day after because my dad walked in and was like, "Happy Valentine's Day. This place is a mess. Clean it up."
Happy Valentine's Day. Here's a real Pikmin. It's the red one.
I forgot the name of our channel momentarily.
Brogal Brothers?
Rogal Brotherhood.
It's not,
It's
or
the
it would be.
second
The
better
oldest ones are
channel.
alive.
Did I go into live last time?
We started live, then we went to record, and then we
You're
February
right,
one.
okay, I'm wondering. I'm gonna check this real quick. Is this what I was looking at?
Videos, yeah.
This was on March. That still would have been the beginning of the year, though. So okay, maybe we just didn't do it as much. I don't know. It just 2018. I thought it feels like such a
For me, it like still feels recent. But I think a lot
Really?
of the years blend together too.
years blend together. Well, I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Where I kind of like split my life up into eras. So like the era when I moved back home is one, and then now it's just kind of been like the same era since I moved here.
Bro, I've moved.
Like
so
I feel
many
like we
times.
did the original Live a Live like recently, but no, that was like one of the first things we did when I moved here, or like Virtual
How many
Fighter
years
1.
ago was that?
In October it'll be 3 years here.
Damn. For me, it's 1 month.
Yeah, it's been a month already.
I know.
That already kind of flew.
I mean, not for me, because there was a shit ton of setup.
I think for me it's just different because I've only been over there like 3 times.
I know. Well,
So I like went in the first time you were still unpacking, and the second time was like
bro,
everything
most
was
of our
filled
day,
in.
the first day was just
Yeah.
unpacking.
It always takes
Oh,
longer than
I
you
remember.
expect.
I remember what I was gonna say. We gotta figure out what the fuck, right? So,
Yeah. What the fuck? Like really?
so I'm very
Beetleton.
confident that we'll probably be Astro in like 2 parts, right? Most likely.
Yeah.
Maybe one more, whatever. But we're definitely gonna beat Nier in the next part.
Yeah.
So
I may have an Xbox by the next time. Not by the time we're ready to play it.
Okay. Well, the other
Probably.
thing is like maybe we should, if we don't finish Astros, we should just finish it, because I don't want to start Jet Force on one part, not play it for a month, and then go back to it.
Oh yeah, well it'll be October by then.
Yeah, because this
True,
week's
yeah.
first week
Buy me some time.
Astro.
I will not have the
finish
Xbox.
Nier, Astro, and then something,
Sure.
and then
Yeah.
October.
Yeah, that works.
I'm excited to finally be done with Nier.
Yeah, it's been so long.
Where are you even gonna put the fucking refrigerator when you get it?
Refrigerator? Oh, the Xbox. Wherever it fits. I have some room there. I could always move something up
Chris,
there.
it's pretty big. That's why people make jokes about it.
I also
being
made
a
room up
fridge.
there, but that's mainly for the PS5. But now that I'm waiting for the Pro and not just getting the Slim, I'm probably gonna need another piece of
If you're
furniture.
looking for places to place the Xbox One, you kind of have to think about putting the 2 PlayStation 2s back to back. Like that amount of space.
It's like it's tall, but it is girthy too.
Yeah.
It has both problems.
Wait, what are we
Just
talking
like
about?
me.
Did you look down?
Isn't it like a U face? Like but the PS5 and the Series X are the only 2 consoles that I still want to get. Besides any analog ones, like when they come out with the 64 one, but those will replace the original consoles and most likely be smaller.
This exact dilemma is why I didn't hook up any of my older consoles.
Yeah, it is such a rat's nest back there. And you can be as neat as you possibly can, and it just doesn't work. I want to get better Switch boxes, though. Like, the one that Connor has is so nice, because it's 8 in 1. But instead I have them all daisy-chained together, and they don't work half the time. Like, I just have to turn them off or cycle through the inputs, and then they work. And just having more pass-through is just more room for error.
We've already been doing this for 2 hours, goddamn. It's gotta almost be done.
And also, I only have one free port left on all of those boxes, so when I get 2 more consoles, I'm gonna need to upgrade. So I'll just get an 8 in 1, and then probably only need one of those Rocket Fish ones. I will definitely not get another Rocket Fish.
Yeah, Rocket Fish sucks.
It's
Like,
just I would-
where are they going? Why do they go so fast?
But also, that's all they
There's
had.
not that much to go to.
That's all they ever had at Best Buy, because I would walk in there and get them. But now that they're online, like we can only, I'm not gonna go all the way to bumfuck to go to Best Buy. I just usually order things online, but I'll definitely go somewhere else and get some good HDMI switchers. And the more analog consoles that come out, the less I'll need those analog like console switch boxes. That sounded so stupid. The more analog consoles I get, the less analog I'll need. Like, you know what I mean.
You'll be replacing.
It's so like weird that they're called analog, but they make like digital HDMI hookup consoles.
Isn't that the irony?
Yeah,
The next is N64, right?
yeah. They announced it last October, said it's coming out this year. But it's probably gonna be they'll make the next announcement in December.
It comes.
Also, how do you guys like the fight against Bug Gang? We got Butterfly, we got
I'd rather
Beetle,
play
we
Bug Gang.
got
That's
Scorpion.
being me honestness.
What just happened?
I died. But I want to play Bugdom. I know Connor really does. Maybe that should be our next thing. Fuck Lost Odyssey. I'll definitely get I want to get one game for each Xbox. Lost Odyssey for 360, and Rare Replay for 1, just for the sake of like playing specific games. For the others, I really don't know. I was gonna be like, oh, Capcom Fighting Evolution, but now it's on that new collection coming. Did you ever notice, like, right when they showed that Punisher game, it just sounded like Live a Live music? So I can bet, like, my entire life savings that Yoko did the music for that Punisher game.
Couldn't you just look it up?
Yeah.
I could look up my entire life savings that she did that.
Like, that's all they had. They had to play, like, 2 seconds of it. I'm like, oh, wow.
What is it?
The Punisher, like a Capcom arcade game. Probably, like, early 90s.
Yep, composer Yoko Shimomura and Isao Abe.
He's another. I think he either co-composed Street Fighter 2 with her, or he
Yeah,
does like other
Isao
Street
has
Fighter.
been doing, like, he's known for so much.
Yeah, the name's familiar.
Well, he didn't have his own Wikipedia link, so.
Because they don't care about composers.
The only composers they care about are the ones who compose the Wikipedia pages.
Why is there a giant flying bug?
It's the Bug Gang. They're fighting beetles and scorpions and butterflies.
That bug's dumb. That's my. I'm kidding.
But also, what is there for Series X?
Nothing.
There are games on my wish list, but like maybe 2, and I can't remember them.
Series X is nothing.
I think it was just the Halo Master Chief Collection, which I know is also on Xbox One, but like,
It's also on PC.
yeah.
Fable soon, I guess.
Maybe if
I'm gonna
it
go
comes
pee.
out ever.
Froth time.
Cyberpunk?
Also on PC and also
Yeah,
on
but
PlayStation.
his PC shit. Are they stealing his hat?
Yeah.
Bro, that's fucked up.
They also murdered him. What do you want?
Yeah, but like at least bury him with his hat.
He's not gonna get buried. He's gonna lay out in the sun, and the vultures are gonna take him. He's gonna succumb to the cicadas.
This has to be the last mission.
Are you ready to get extremely disappointed?
Oh, 20 minutes left. It's not bad.
Oh, did I miss an ad?
No.
No,
We
you
just
just
checking.
went 20 minutes.
No. I literally said.
That's Tristan that did that for the whole 20 minutes.
I literally said 20 minutes. That's not that bad.
He was crying the whole time.
Why do they say spank them bottoms?
Mm,
They're
it's
Greeks
rude.
famous for spanking them bottoms.
Patapons are famous for smacking ass.
I'll let you guys decide what the Xbox games I get. So for the original Xbox,
Patapon.
yes. Yes. Fatal Frame.
You want some Starfield?
No,
Oh, fuck.
this is the original Xbox. Fatal Frame,
Is it also on anything else?
maybe.
Also, did you make sure all these games were backwards compatible?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Fusion Frenzy,
I don't know what that is.
Diffusion Ball.
Gun Valkyrie,
Don't know what that is.
Psychonauts, which I'm probably gonna say no because like we streamed it. I don't want that to be like the game I get
Yeah.
right off the bat. But like just so I can own my own copy, I'd rather play it on Xbox and PS2. And then Battle for Bikini Bottom, no, because like we've played it
No.
a million times. But like I want Picasso Clouds.
Bless you.
Yeah, pretty much. 360 is Lost Odyssey.
A rare
Xbox
replay.
One, Xbox One is rare replay.
Are you saying specifically
Specific for each Xbox. Like I'll just get one for each. Series X, Dungeons of Hinterberg, which is the one I think
That's-
you showed me.
Yeah, so that one I do want.
Master Chief Collection, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I want to go fly over SNCS.
Yeah, let's do that. Do
And
that.
Psychonauts 2.
Psychonauts 2 is very good. That's on PC.
And then I have like digital games, but I'm not gonna start with those. It's just once I have the console, I can get them.
I'd say either Psychonauts 2 or
Hinterberg.
Microsoft Flight
Oh,
Simulator.
yeah. Probably Fatal Frame for the original Xbox. It's more expensive though.
You know, I can't remember exactly Hinterberg off the top of my head. There's so many I showed you.
Wasn't it like it was kind of like Sable, like a 3D open game?
Yes.
Yeah. See, it's like I'm like you, or I just put it on the wish list and forget all about it.
I love
and
how
then
it's
I
like, let's
randomly
play.
select it.
Let's play it because it's like Sable. We still have not played Sable.
Yeah. I didn't have that on my Xbox wish list. I think it's also on PlayStation now.
Hoi! Oh, they put the head of the monster right there.
They've been doing that for the past 4 hours.
No, they haven't.
Want me to go back and check?
No.
Let's watch it all again.
Because it's not worth wasting the time.
It's literally been happening for hours, and you're just like, it's brand new!
Wait, did he
Holy
crash his
shit!
ship again?
The sun rises? That's brand new! No one's ever seen that before! It's usually just up there! It moves?
You sound like modern James Rolfe. Like the fake anger, like the fake I can't believe this voice.
It moves?
Nobody ever told me it moves! Since when's that been up there? Huh? How? Pay $5.99
Damn,
for
I guess
what?
you're right. I really hope the final boss is just him slowly walking
I
at
hope
you.
it's just this. Like no one big.
I really hope it's just a normal, like, guy and, like, a single rock wall.
It's flying away. They did it.
Oh, my
Send me to
planet,
heaven.
my planet needs me.
I need my planet. No, he's coming back down. We ran out of gas. And nice job, Nora Blue, for being able to keep Fever going.
Yeah,
Something that's literally impossible.
you're sick as fuck, dude. I felt like that was a clever pun. Come on.
Oh, I get it now.
Bro, what is this? I hope this is the final boss. He just stands there and takes it.
It's like Ratchet 3.
Except it doesn't freeze at the end.
Yeah, a new,
Maybe it will. Maybe that's how they should really do that. Make a game that just freezes.
Why is there a guy in the background going, oh?
Yeah.
There's always a guy in the background going,
Oh.
Did you look out windows?
Watch that be the final boss.
Just mission complete. Just back to the menu like nothing happened. It now just gives you an option on the title screen to view the credits.
Patopolis.
There was no head there. I guess that wasn't the boss.
No heck.
It really seemed like it though. Just for how long it took. I was definitely getting some endgame vibes. The endgame chills.
Face the evil Goral.
The endgame quivers. Also equipped with my
This
endgame
game
pins.
the whole time has been about fighting the evil girl.
Story of my life. I fight evil
Leon
girls
S.
for
Kennedy
living.
tried to warn us when he said women. We didn't know at the
Wait,
time.
didn't they already do this level before? It looks the exact same as the previous one.
It's
With
not.
the guy in the background.
It's literally just
Oh.
one background.
Yeah,
element
see, it's there he is
the same.
again. This is probably just a mini boss. Crate over here. Cradley.
Kind of looks like Cradley. No, that's a Pokemon.
That's a Pokemon. It looks nothing like Cradle.
Imagine if Ash walked in on that thing, Masterpiece.
Yeah, there he is. He's doing, like,
Oh, not on my face.
he literally went.
Bro, could you imagine? Did you, maybe this is more towards Sharky. Have you seen that one boss everyone's talking about from Black Myth, Wukong? The one that he fucking, if you go to drink your flask and he happens to freeze you while you're drinking your flask, the cutscene plays where he walks up, takes the flask out of your hand, and goes, unfreezes you, tosses it back, and your guy goes, bro, it's so funny. If you try to like cheese him out and stay on like the pole, the power pole, he'll just grab the pole and slam you against the ground. I'm like, this guy's a dick, bro.
What do you mean? That's what you would do.
So a boss that adapts to your moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's Wukong.
That game kind of looks awesome. It's a Souls-like, though. I hate the genre, but it's the name of the genre. I hate the genre name.
So
Sorry.
he's gonna bust out of its stomach. I don't know.
That's kinda
The
cool, though.
That stomach became the head.
I like it.
Oh my god, that's so scary. This is a Halloween game.
I couldn't tell if you were being serious or what was going on with you.
To be fair, you guys have been scared at some stupid shit.
He hasn't. Just me.
Chris will just be like making pasta.
Remember I was scared of
accidentally pour a little
Catherine?
milk in and go, "This is terrifying."
Remember I was scared of Catherine? I had nightmares about blocks.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He was also scared at fucking Gobble.
He wasn't scared of Gubble. That was Connor
He
that
was
said.
scared
Connor
at
said it was
Gobble.
chaos.
Yeah, Connor's like, this is chaos.
I used to get scared of the Sonic drowning music.
I got scared at King Boom Boo.
Yeah. I think I did too. I just learned to get really good at the fight so I wouldn't hear him make them. Just kill him fast enough. That's how I learned, just kill everything you're scared of.
Yeah.
See,
Government?
Chris doesn't stay scared for long.
See, Trump used to struggle on King Boom Boo all the time, and then like he just learned to kill what I'm afraid of.
He learned to kill what you're afraid of.
I told him, Trump, I'm scared of the dark. We're gonna kill the dark. We're gonna keep the sun up all day.
Trump, here's what I don't like. We'll take care of him.
Like I don't like nickels.
Consider
Like
him
how
wrong.
often do you really need to use nickels? We'll get rid of all the nickels.
To be fair, nickels were useful. It's just that the economy sucked.
Yeah, they're the most useless of the coins. I don't really ever see $half, but they would come in handy. We wouldn't have to use so many quarters. The it would depopularize the quarter by like a third.
How about this? Stop making money.
Yeah. The more money you make, the less it's worth. I think this is the final loss. If I had to guess.
If I had to wager a guess.
80 more minutes. There's 4 more parts to this video.
Yeah, what if this is just part one, like the entire time, like the Jack X thing?
Am I bleeding?
For fun.
You're bleeding for fun.
I guess not. It just felt like I was bleeding. This is definitely the version of the song I'm getting, personally.
Yeah. No, this gets me. I wonder if there is a soundtrack to this game. Like, how would you do it?
It would just be the music. What do you mean? There's music in every stage.
So would it just be the
Halfway
music
through,
without the Patapons, or would they just slap some Patapons over it?
I think it would be without the Patapons, and then the second half would be the fever track.
And one other thing I noticed that's
Probably.
kind of like a detriment is that the rhythm doesn't change the whole game.
I thought it would have been a cool idea. Like you can speed up the rhythm to like power yourself up, but it makes it harder to like stay in time when it's faster, or slow it down to make the game
Opposite
easier.
effect for me. If it's too slow, I can't do it.
That too, yeah. Or like let's go into like 3/4 time, or 29/16 time. It only took him 5 minutes. Mystery beat. It's loading the final cutscene. Yes, I know it. Creepy. Where'd all your Patapons? They really do just lose them all.
What is happening?
Creepypasta. How do you get into fever with just 4. Does it carry over from the previous levels?
It's for timing. If you get all 3 on beat timing, you get it in 3.
So just with our, like...
Yeah, we couldn't do anything.
We had to wait till 10 to get it?
Yeah, and even then we couldn't maintain it, because then it's a percentage.
Is this Earthbound? This doesn't look fun.
The world in Patapon just stops because the Earth is flat.
As it is.
This is the most accurate video
If-
game.
if
This is
we're
the most
ju-
non-fictional video game I've ever
If
played.
we're stating facts here,
Patapons are real, and they're in your basement, and they're coming to hurt you.
They're the ones who pooped in my drawers.
do you think there's going to be a Patapon Astro in the new game?
Yes.
Because there wasn't in the original Astro's Playroom. It was just the carving of the
Mighty
Patapon.
Patapoo. This is gonna be a Conqueror reference.
I feel like
A
it'll-
Conquer reference?
Yeah, just throw it in.
I feel like it'll be the Pond Drum, and everyone will go, "It's from Donkey Kong."
And it's gonna be a bug dome
I'm
reference.
hoping there's going to be the Queen from Chess.
Yeah.
I don't think that's on PlayStation.
Oh, that was the Galaga like sound for a second.
Yeah, it starts playing Galaga. So
Yeah, Galaga's gonna be in it. He's got a baby's face.
That's his dad. Yeah, if your body is 90% eye, I don't think you should look at the sun.
He said my eyes, but don't they just have one eye?
They're multiple stacked on top of each other.
Wow.
That's not true. That's just blatantly false. And Chris just believed it.
Okay, yeah. Anything you say. Bro, this is boring. This is such a boring end. Stay tuned for part. Or it's probably just setting up for the sequel.
Sounds
Uh-oh.
like
It's the fucking
Monogatari
butterfly.
movie music. Doesn't it?
A little bit. Yo, my, did you get it? Like the frames of text. Doshko, Maggie, do that.
Soon. Alright, I'm going.
That was
What?
that was a PlayStation end, though. Have you ever noticed that, most PlayStation games have very, quick, anticlimactic endings? No matter how grand the game is.
Yeah, it's to tie in the PlayStation baby.
Yeah, babies have short attention spans, let's keep the ending snappy.
We gotta make sure this is okay for the PlayStation baby that we put in all of our advertisements.
Programmer. I feel like Metal Gear Solid games are the only exception, though.
Yeah, but
Where
those
most of the games are
kinda
cutscenes.
suck.
Yeah. For being mainly a PlayStation IP, they have very long endings.
Well, to be fair, they're more tech demos than anything. They look at how complex we can go before they go, "Eh?"
Yeah. I don't really, like Kojima's
Alright.
gaming making
As-
philosophies.
As the Patapons progress on their journey, many of the Zygots and warriors sell their souls to the dark forces in exchange for power in an attempt to defeat the Patapon. Eventually, the ruler of the Zygotans, Queen Karma,
You watched the whole game.
sells
Why
her
are you
soul
reading
in a
synopsis?
final effort to because I don't know what happened. When she's defeated, gateway to the dark world is unleashed, and the ancient demon Gorl, the Patapons manage to defeat Gorl to reach a coastline and witness sunrise, which they assume the Earth End and it. So they think the it was the sun.
Yeah.
However, unfulfilled by the anticlimactic end of their journey, I don't know what that's like. They realize the rising sun is not it, and they have not reached Earth End. When Karma joins the Patapons in the midst of the Psychons, also fooled themselves into believing the sun was it. Yang concludes that the Patapons and Psychons worked together to build a ship. So, your journey was nothing.
Your journey was being a flat earther, going to the nearest coast and going, that's it! The world ends!
But then, like, wait, that's not it. We just gotta keep searching
There's
more.
water!
See,
we have to go to the edge of the world!
So this game's just about round Earth deniers.
Despite them being round and earth
Yeah.
deniers.
Yeah, they're round and they just deny that the Earth even exists.
I didn't get any Dark World shit.
It's pretty
Can't
breakpoint.
read!
Well, it's hard to read when you're keeping a rhythm the whole game like I was.
You weren't keeping shit!
You're keeping Zelda up in the brain, that's what you were doing.
Zelda?
You were talking about Zelda.
This
For
whole
like
time-
5 minutes.
This whole time we were talking about Zelda. you
5
weren't
minutes of
keeping up.
2.5 hours.
We were
of
talking about how bad
Zelda.
Zelda's post-game is.
We hate you personally and love Zelda.
Zelda has no post game. It usually just freezes at the credits.
That's why I love them so much. Especially when making.
You think it's gonna be on your phone?
No.
I'm suddenly glad All Stars couldn't get the Patapons. Although they do reuse the voice clip in All Stars with the fever.
Hmm. They gave the Cyclops whatever a fever.
Hades?
Was it Hades?
That was Hades.
Oh, I couldn't remember.
The master of the fucking underworld.
It was
Put some
Cyclops.
respect on his
To be
name.
fair, Chris hasn't died.
Oh, right, he's not like us. Why'd they put a C in the middle of C?
You sure about that one?
I wrote the C back in C.
I put the C in C!
Can you guys tell me what the difference between like sending an email to somebody and CCing somebody is? When everybody's
One
just
has
gonna get
closed
it.
captions.
Oh, okay.
Sharky is lying.
I know he's
I
lying. I'm
never
agreeing
lied
with
to you
his
ever.
lie. We
I
need to
don't
put
know
more
what
lies
C-
on the
I
internet.
don't know what you mean by CC.
You can CC people on emails. It's not like
That's adding them to an email. that
Yeah,
they
it's just an email list.
So
you can just send
do
it to them.
multiple people at once.
But you can do that already. You can just email multiple people
It
in multiple
keeps them
chains.
in the chain.
The email
So
CC
instead of
stands
sending
for...
the same email twice, it's bringing multiple people in that same chain.
In an email, CC stands for carbon copy and is used to send a copy of the email to someone other than the primary recipient.
I don't know, you can also just send it like in the to line. Just also put them.
Hey, look, they're making a boat. You didn't have to go out of your way to read.
Well, I didn't know what happened in the story regardless. Whether or
I will
not-
say, I can't see shit here.
Yeah. It's all blue.
It's all brown.
It's all yellow.
Brownie points. Watch him exit an emulator. I swear to God.
Is that the emulator?
Yeah.
All right,
this is the
Chris.
menu of
There's
games.
so
Alright.
many games.
Alright, Chris. We gotta get out
0
of
out
here.
of 10. What would you rate it?
Me? I didn't play it.
That was so good. I'm ready for Patapon 2.
That
Let's
game
go.
looks annoying as fuck, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh, is it...
Did you even see how